Andrew.
Right.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, wow. We haven't played for a few weeks.
You need to complete this little mission, right?
Yeah. We haven't played for a few weeks, so I haven't gotten to show you my new glam, my new shit, my new steez.
Where the fuck are you?
I'm beautiful. Instance transition. Give me the Andrew. You in a different instance than I am? Oh.
Yeah. Did you kill all the peeps? There are peeps
I have to pledge to War Chief Sylvanas. Right.
Yeah. You gotta tell your bae that you love her.
The timeline really gets confusing the more you have to replay these games.
I don't like to think about timelines.
There's so many status quo shifts that it's actually confusing at some point.
I think that's on purpose, though.
Yeah. But I'm just like, Malfurion is the big bad boy right now, or one of them when you're playing a horde. But like, I get to like other parts of the game and it's like, wow, do this quest with Malfurion, we're your best buds, and I'm like, this is confusing. The more alts you make, the more you get confused about the timeline because you keep rewinding and then looping and looping. You're like, I don't remember what's happening anymore.
I feel like every loop makes you more aware that it's not a good story.
Oopsie, I'm flying. Oh wow, I forgot to play this character. Don't mind me. Just don't know what I'm doing. I should have a Void Walker. Well, you like went ahead a bit, didn't you? I have to go kill 12 demons now.
I just killed the demons. That was it. Like once you finish killing the peeps, then
I can remind myself what all my buttons are because I've been playing a hunter lately.
Ooh, hunter's the best though.
Like in the time since we last played, I've learned two new characters basically.
Wow.
In a way, because I for raiding I respec my rogue from outlaw to assassination because that's supposed to be the best rating spec right now. But because builds, as you know, are now so fragmented, where every time you change spec, they delete all your buttons and give you a whole new set of buttons. Like there's like almost no crossover. You just have to learn a new rogue basically when you respec your rogue. Like all your buttons are just new buttons you didn't have before, to the point where you don't even have Sinister Strike. Like every button just goes away and becomes a different button. And I'm like, I don't. What's my rotation? And then I've been leveling a hunter. He's hot on our heels. He's in Mount Hyjal right now, which we were at recently on these characters.
Tell you, man, hunters go by
catching
quick.
Up. It's also just the fact that like, if you don't have to like keep your energy up and do a playthrough or something, you could just like zombie some WoW. And with the current double XP bonus, you just go quick. Like I don't know if you're taking advantage of that on any alts right now, but like now's the time if you want to have a few alts on the server. Because double XP is a lot.
I've been dedicating literally all of my free time to Minecraft.
That makes sense.
I built a commune.
And it's just been you in the community, right? Like none of the streamers ever went back.
I think Marty showed up just to look at things, and then
Marty probably would.
But yeah, it's mostly just been community. Yeah, just mostly community.
Should I make like a public video inviting people to that or something?
You can, yeah. It's on. I put the whole thing on my website.
Because I can make it. I can make like a public thing if you want to get more people in there. If you think it can handle that, and the community will just be a nightmare.
It can handle up to 40 people.
You want to deal with becoming a moderator for a server where you have to like get rid of shitty people that inevitably show up.
I don't have to. I already set up permissions for it. The whole thing is ready for public use. You can't grief.
You just have to be on Swastika Watch.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Though it would probably be pretty easy because I have the map.
Yeah.
So I can see every single, unless you build it underground, then sure, if you have an underground Nazi cult, I won't find you.
Is there any way to track who modifies things?
Yes, you can keep track of, I can go and find what, I access the server logs. I can go and see like
curious,
who put blocks.
when you find things, like are you gonna be like, all right, who did a hate speech?
Which one of you is a Nazi?
Yeah, like you want to be able to get rid of that person and not be like, we'll never figure it out.
No.
Because some people do it for the lulz. Although we've learned from the internet that people just do it for the lulz for so long that they're clearly just unironically Nazis at some point.
That's Such an unfortunate place to be.
Oh, yeah. Unironically Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah. The internet got sad over the years.
I don't think the internet got sad. I think the amount of sad people on the internet increased. I think that's the problem.
Fuck, I forgot this is still the one character that doesn't have a speed boost out of all the ones I have.
Like it's hard to believe that this many people were just secretly Nazis all the time. They just had to have always been this way and just didn't say anything until they felt comfortable saying it. Like, you don't just, most of these people didn't just wake up one day and go like, you know what? Yeah.
The issue is that those people were like worming their way into online communities and normalizing their rhetoric. And the rhetoric was normalized because it was all like edgelordy bullshit. Where people were like, oh, it's just for the lulz, bro. It's trolling. It's we're so edgy because we're 14 on the internet. But then a lot of those people grew up to be awful. Like we know some of those people where it's just like, oh, this was less ironic than you made it seem.
Yeah.
Really unfortunate.
There's like a weird disconnect where people don't realize that they're literally doing the thing that they think is a joke, but like of the people that used 4chan all the time, not a lot of them ended well.
Yeah, like I think we're in the same world now. Yeah, all the people are here now.
Cool. I'm coming to you then.
That.
I'm up there. Yeah.
Look at me, I'm beautiful.
What the fuck? Wait. What the
fuck? What is this? Transmog is great.
What is this shit? Are you like an entertainer?
It's like you're about to. It is such a good transmog.
What the fuck? What is this outfit? Where did you even get this? Is this like a...
I was just browsing through my transmog options, trying to make anything look like coherent, and I found this hat, and I'm like, I need to make this work. I need to walk backwards from this hat and figure out where to go with it.
I need to figure out, do I even have... Now you make me want to look at my transmog stuff.
You should look at your transmogs between sessions, not now. That's a long character customization process.
Go talk to the person. You go turn in a quest.
I already went to the top of the hill. I'm going to the portal now.
Oh, okay.
We gotta witness Dalaran's teleportation.
How do you tell if you have stuff?
State your business. Be ready for anything.
If you do a transmog place, it's just all the options are there.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah. You're gonna want to do it between sessions, though. There's a lot of options.
Yeah, no, I'm just looking through the menu.
Dozens.
But yeah, you can go ahead and let people publicly know that a Minecraft server exists for their pleasure.
You can save your transmog as a.
Okay, game. Okay.
You can save your transmog as an outfit, and then you can just instantly reapply it every time you get new gear. Instead of having to customize from scratch. So when you customize your full thing, go to the top of the window and click like save as like an outfit name, and then you name it. And then you can just click on that outfit whenever you want to reapply it every time you go to a transmog place. Because otherwise you'd have to like sit there and actually swap it out.
Alright, I'm here to watch out or watch
You do have to pay every time though.
Yeah, but that's to be expected. Uh-oh.
Oh no, the Empire is here. With their steering destroyers.
With your steer destroyers. This does feel like a almost hard to quantify epic battle. It's a little bit more beyond it's like a greater scope than what I feel like most WoW expansions have been, which is just like, all right, the bad guys found a new base. We gotta get them.
I can sometimes name some of the characters.
Like this one's like literally...
of those 7 characters, one of them is Calicos, the guy with the blue hair. It's the only one I remember. He has such a garish design that he always stands out to me.
A great word.
I think it's because I used to be on Calico's server, so the name sticks to my brain. And then I see him, and it's like when he's a dragon, he's just a blue dragon, but when he's a person, he's got blue hair. It's like, oh no.
I love it.
But no, I was talking about how convoluted this game is, and Marty was just adding to it because I think I told you like when I encountered Draenor, I needed him to explain to me what was happening because it's like an alternate universe version of Outland, so it's like the first expansion, but different. And on top of that,
Oh, yeah.
he was also explaining to me that like Dalaran exists in like 4 or 5 places.
Yeah, there is like multiple versions of Dalaran.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of Dalarans because like we just did this teleportation, but as you go to when you go to those 2 little regions, they both have a Dalaran. Like canonically, it was in one place, and then the other place it exists in at a later time. But because it's an MMORPG and everything kind of exists simultaneously, there are like 4 visitable Dalaran locations simultaneously, and that's when things get kind of confusing. What region would you like to go to, Andrew?
Those are very good questions.
We have 5 regions to pick from in this expansion. High Mountain is the Tauren with the big antlers because they're mooses. Suramar is where the Nightborn are, which is those are the 2 races you can unlock by doing the full storylines of. Stormheim are like Valkyries and Vikings and shit, kind of. And I don't know what the Val'shareth and the Azshuna are actually. Or the Broken Shore, really. I only really have those 3 places memorized, honestly. But we must pick one. And then go place.
We can go to the Mooses.
The Mooses?
Yeah.
The Mooses and Mises?
The Mooses seem like fun people to hang out with.
We got it. We got our Dalaran Hearthstone now. Alright, I'm back to not being able to fly, so I might as well be on my wolf.
Oh, you don't have flight here?
No.
Oh no.
That's gonna be our. We said that before. I was like, that's gonna be our split. Is that in this expansion, you're gonna have flying while I don't. In the next expansion, I'm gonna have flying while you don't.
Oh no.
Yep. Yep.
Oh no.
Everyone I see is question mark level. Like all the enemy faction players.
A little intimidating.
Because they're all here to grind a rep. So they use their Dalaran Hearthstone and they go off to like one of those locations to grind. You don't know any locations connected to this one. Shit. How do we get to Moose's? The Earth and Ring. We must have to just like accept quests until we like pick our current goal somewhere. Probably talk to Khadgar at like the capital building in the corner.
Let's see.
Something like that. Or whatever.
I don't believe in something like that.
Shit.
The fate of our world hangs in the balance.
All right. Uh-oh.
Oh. Do we each have to like start our class quests?
Yeah, did you get like an owl or some kind of thing
have
come up to you and tell you?
Meet Ritsin Flamescowl and the Circle of Wills beneath Dalaran. Greetings, Warlock. So you got invited to the Hunter class hall, didn't you?
Yeah, speak with Emerald, Shadowwind, and Dalaran. Where are you, bud?
Yeah.
Is it not down here? I'm very confused about the location. Oh, it's probably in the Hunter's Reach. This is a class-specific solo adventure. Your party members will not be able to accompany you on this journey. Oh.
Good. Good co-op playthrough thing to happen.
I'm so glad.
Oh, hey, it's the Hunter's Reach.
Okay.
Mine didn't give me a lot to go on. Let's see. Am I gonna have to look up how to do this? So it's convoluted. When I was a priest, I went into the back of the Violet Citadel and talked to a person, and it teleported me into like the cool priest room. But as a rogue, I went into one of these shops and showed somebody my insignia, and then the fucking bookcase slid open, and I went to a secret rogue basement.
What?
So like, yeah, everybody has their own completely different area that you can only access as a member of your class.
That's pretty fantastic.
But I don't know about you, but my quest doesn't actually tell me much about how to get there.
What does it say you need to do?
Go, in the circle of wills beneath Dalaran.
There's a sewer underneath Dalaran.
Yeah, but that's the black market. Everyone can go there. That's the place where every 20 minutes the guards change shifts, so every single player can kill each other.
Ah.
And there's a special auction house there that sells special items like throughout the day. The black market's its own weird thing. It's a reasonably cool city, except for when it's not current content, like right now. So you're only passing by quickly-ish, and you don't really have time to learn it. And you're like, okay, this is really fucking convoluted. Where do I go? What am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fucking... Alright, WoW head the 6th. How do quest, please? Internet, please? Oopsie.
Alright. Quest completed.
Click on the demonic portal. Where the fuck is the demonic portal? Give me a map. I didn't expect this to be so fucking hard. And if I knew what we were getting ourselves into, I would have been like, let's do our class quest off camera. I didn't realize what we were doing here.
Trying to find my damn weapon.
Yeah, because we get our class weapons too.
Yeah. Speak with some guy. Alright. Alright, some guy, I'm coming to speak with you. You best give me a weapon, because I'm looking for one. I gotta fly to a... Wait, what do you... is this still part of my class quest? God. Okay.
Shit. I think I need to quit the quest.
Wow, are you that, like... Is it that messed up?
As far as I can tell, I walked away, so I missed it. But basically, what had happened is a orc spawned in front of me and gave me the quest.
Yeah.
Like he like ambushed me. And if I had stuck around and kept an eye out, he like created a portal right in front of me.
Oh god.
So I was supposed to walk into that portal.
Yeah, I would delete the quest and do it again.
Yeah, I just did. So now I'm waiting to see if he'll show up again.
Just keep walking around, he'll show up.
Yeah. Some of these quests get really convoluted.
Oh, I remember this hunter quest.
Where it's just really easy to just walk away from the thing and then fuck it up. And you're like, oh no, now what do I do?
Alright. So where's this? Okay, there he is.
Classic Larry. Oh, there's no guards, so everyone is in combat mode right now.
I like how this guy's name is Griff.
Hope I don't get murdered by level 1 billion. Alright, well the guy never respawned to give me the quest, so I might be in trouble. I haven't seen him yet. I'm a little worried about that. Concerned I am. Probably gonna get murdered by random players while I'm trying to figure out where I'm going and where I'm doing. Wow, why do you make this hard on me?
This does seem unnecessarily hard, given that it's a class quest.
Might need to like log out, log back in.
That like might. You can also probably zone if you can leave, go somewhere where you're out of the zone, and then come back into the zone. That usually works.
Because the orc just never came back to give me my quest. So like once I abandoned it, it just stayed gone. And I'm like, oh, I think I need that to like do the entire campaign of this expansion. I hope I didn't just like break the logic gate of like how the entire fucking expansion works and now I can't play it because I can't get off Dalaran.
Yeah, you might just have to log out, log back in would probably for sure.
Oh, probably gonna get murdered by players.
Nah,
Cool.
you'll be fine.
I'm not gonna give you any satisfaction. No, he's killing me. I'm just gonna not give him any satisfaction. I'm just gonna stand still. Fuck him.
Oh, you went underground?
Because that's supposed to, people are saying that's where I'm supposed to go, but it's mostly just getting me killed by players. Cool! This is fucking convoluted as shit. Why is this so hard? Swear to God.
Great. How about you hurry up, dude?
Did I break my character? Am I in trouble because I abandoned the quest? Does it not come back?
No, it definitely comes back. You can't like skip your class quest. Look for your go talk to one of the guards. They should tell you where your person is.
The page I'm looking at claims that the sewers will be phased for my class.
That's
like,
only
be
if
in
you're
class
in
status.
that's only if you're in the mission.
That's the thing, yeah. How do I get my mission? That's the thing, is I only got a mission because an orc magically appeared in front of me and gave it to me the first time.
Yeah.
Like, I can't go to him. Like, he doesn't have a location. He materialized last time.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Have you tried uninstalling the game?
I'm not in a good situation right now. I think I'm in trouble.
I think you might just need to log out and log back in.
Like I did. I already logged out and logged back in.
And it still didn't come back?
I just don't have my class quest, and I think there's no other way to leave Dalaran. I think I have to do the class quest. Because like the flight path doesn't give me flight destinations. Oh shit! A portal just materialized in front of me. Oh fuck! Thank God. Fuck you. Okay. Fuck this quest. Give it. Let me. Yeah. Here we go. Ah. Yes, sure. Let's do it.
Let us begin. Zelifrax will lead us in the ritual. You have studied the rites, gnome.
Yeah, don't worry about me, hothead.
Okay.
I know what needs to be done.
So you're able to get to your... So it's all good?
Yep. We're doing our demon summoning.
Yeah.
That looks like my demon gate, but bigger.
It is not our concentration that should concern you. Let us hope our newest addition will
Aha.
keep up. What are you waiting for, new blood? Begin.
Your power is impressive. The ritual begins. Dearest Ahn'Qiraj.
This poor voice actor is assigned to pronounce these like Lovecraft lines.
Who knows what we may find?
Kirest alak Ahn'Qiraj. Galnor Telesh Dalvu.
I mean, they pay him enough money.
And he has to do it in a gnome voice.
I think that's just tuning. That has to be like tuning. There's no way that someone talks like that.
No, people can just do those voices.
No,
You gotta believe in voice actors.
I don't.
Damn.
Every time you believe in anything, it disappoints you.
Oh. Wow, who could have known the portal would summon a demon?
It is I, Zelafrax Wobberpox. You will serve me, demon.
Please eat him whole.
I think not.
Just eat him. Pick him up and eat him.
Foolish mortals, you think yourselves worthy to enslave the
I actually have Arcane Turret, so I can't be stunned. This is unfair.
Awkward. I think I just got ripped off into Warlock jail. Oh, yep, I'm in Warlock jail.
The new blood awakens. You were spared the brunt of the Pit Lord's assault. A pity the rest of us weren't so lucky. We would seem to be Jagannath's prisoners on some forsaken Legion world. Imagine the horror.
I love when you're like too quick to solve problems in WoW, and
You
the
just wait for
story
the
is
dialogue.
yeah, and the story has to like catch up. Where it's like,
Pain. Hard to focus. Quickly, before our jailer turns his attention to us, you may be able to control him long enough.
Am I not trying to use Enslaved Demon?
I've never done your quest, so I have no idea.
Quickly, before a jailer turns his attention to us, you may be able to control him long enough. Enslaved Demon, right? What? Banish? What am I supposed to do? Escape the rift. Can't see shit. Oh fuck, am I glitched into the wall now? Yep, I'm glitched into the wall. Alright, that's good. Alright, that's good. I've glitched into the wall and don't know what to do. This is good. Oh. Oh, there was a dedicated enslave button, but it was behind the bar of my character.
Oh yeah, the UI.
Yeah, the special floating in the middle of the screen enslave button popped up, but it was behind my pet bar. But I couldn't just press my real enslave button that warlocks already have. That's too brain thinky. You don't solve puzzles that way. You're supposed to press the special quest button.
Escapes my cells.
Oh, I'm supposed to be helping him. I guess. Guess I won't just abandon him to die. Even though I'd like to.
God, I've done this so many times. I know exactly what to do.
What? Why have you done it so? Why do you play the same class over and over again?
Because it's the only fun class.
I'm so confused.
Too wounded to go with you, Warlock. Find the others.
Like, you have the urge to replay WoW, but instead of leveling a new character, you just level the same class you already have over and over again.
Well, it's on a different server.
Yeah.
It's either hunter or monk. Hunter or monk.
How many hunters do you have now?
Probably 4, 5.
Continually baffled by how none of my friends like rogues. Like, my brother's a hunter main, Marty's a hunter main, you're a hunter main, and when I was showing Stephanie the classes, she was like, "Yeah, I'd have to make a hunter." I'm like, "Motherfucker."
It's all about hunting.
Like, fine, don't play WoW then.
Never mind. I rescind my invitation. You cannot play it.
I don't think her computer could do it, and I don't think she has any interest anyway.
That's bullshit. Any computer can play WoW. That's literally what makes WoW WoW.
I think when she sees it, nothing about it is appealing to her.
That makes more sense. Ugh.
I was trying to explain some of the weird appeal to it because I'm like, I was like, it's kind of vaguely like Animal Crossing, not in like the actual gameplay loops of Animal Crossing, but just the weird space it occupies in your life as being like a time dumper, relaxing thing.
Something
You
to
just,
go and
you just
do.
kind of keep feeling like you're completing tasks. Kind of the role it fills for most people until it's time for like raids or whatever.
I feel like that doesn't happen until you've played WoW before. Like your second time around, I feel like is a lot more chill than your first time.
Yeah, I mean, when you're just leveling a character up, you really do just kind of wander around a map and just do tasks you see around it.
That's true.
It's only classic WoW that's actually like rough. Modern WoW, you just kind of casually fuck off and just do things. You'd be like, yay, I leveled up again today, which you'll do every day because you level up 120 times.
These demons are dreadfully boring.
I'm sorry, 119 times.
Wait, where is Ritson?
And then you get to the modern expansion, and then you have infinite content because of like there's like 12 different types of layered dailies, and they never end now because even when you max out your reputation, now it just keeps like prestiging your reputation. Like it used to be when you finished all the daily quests to get it to Exalted with like a Burning Crusade rep, you then finished forever at that. Unless you just really wanted like whatever the money reward was. You were just done with dailies forever. Like I did that cycle on my rogue. I went and I got exalted with the Nether Drakes again so I could have that mount. I did the whole thing again. But then it just ends. You're like, cool, I'm done with the Nether Drake rep grind. That's the end of it. But now in Battle for Azeroth, you max out a reputation meter and then it just keeps looping forever.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, yep. You just keep getting re-exalted over and over again, and then there's like a reward every time you fill the bar up. You get like a box that gives you like some currency types and maybe a rare piece of gear if you're lucky, and then like 4,000 gold, which is pretty nice.
It's not too bad actually. That's a good way to farm money.
Oh yeah, for a while there, I would just kind of do whatever daily quests popped up in the environment that were required for me to get the emissary requirement done each day. It was like, oh, do the emissary each day is like, do 4 daily quests for this faction, and then you just do it, and usually there's decent reward for doing the emissary quest. And so as a result of doing that, I would just periodically re-rep grind a rep on accident, basically. And then I'd be like, cool, bunch of money. Just showed up. For a while there, it was like my primary income. Because I kind of still don't have a trade skill that generates that much money.
Yeah, trading is one of the things I never got into, no matter what stage of WoW I played. And I feel like I never could figure out
how to make money.
How to make money properly.
Yeah. Because the more people that do a trade skill, the more competition there is, and then the more the price drives down, and then it's just harder and harder to wring money out of it. Which is funny, because everyone has more and more money. So it's like, there's more and more money to potentially get, but it's hard to get it, because the prices get driven down so far. I used to make all my money on my rogue in Burning Crusade, because I was a jewel crafter. So I would literally just buy jewels that were at I would buy gems from the auction house, and then I would inscribe them, and then put them back in the auction house. So I would just do a thing that costs nothing, and that would increase the value of the gems, and then I'd put them back in for profit. That was the whole process.
That actually seems pretty,
And I had auctioneer, so it was auto-pricing them. It was nice.
Yeah.
But I'm an inscription character now because I just wanted to play whatever the new thing was and see what that kind of profession was like. And I'm having a lot of trouble making things that people actually buy. It's difficult, but Nick gave me a mount. Oh, I haven't shown you that yet, have I?
No.
Because Nick got me a special mount that lets you pick herbs while you're mounted. And it fits really well.
Nice.
It fits really well because it's also a goblin mount, so it fits with my goblin rogue really well. He just gave it to me out of nowhere. I was talking about getting out-competed because I go to like the bonus island of the current expansion or whatever, and I try to buy like them, and I try to collect the most like top tier herb or whatever, but like there's just like everywhere you go you can't get any of them. Like there's just so much competition that's farming them all, making them all vanish, and half of them are like multi-box druids, so it'll be like 5 flight form druids that are all flying in, collecting the herb and flying away without landing.
Oh yeah.
And there's a weird thing where like if you gather an herb, if the other people can gather the herb for like a few seconds, so it doesn't instantly just vanish. So all of his druids all collectively get the same herb, so he's essentially duping the herbs by having a bunch of characters that are all identical.
Yep.
But I don't get to do shit.
Yeah, you
like,
show up and you're like, can I have? Oh no.
Yeah, and they're dickheads. All the herbalists that play this game are massive dickheads, where you're like trying to get an herb and you land, and then the local mobs will attack you because they're too close to the herb. So now you're like fighting these mobs, and you got to finish fighting them in order to get the herb. And then random dickheads just fly in and take the herb. So now you're just fighting people for nothing, because some random guy would be like, haha, he aggroed the mob, I'm just gonna take the thing now. And so he takes the whole reason you're fighting away, and then flies away off to the next herb. So not only did he take the herb you landed for and are fighting for without helping you, he also is gonna have a head start on grabbing the next one too. And so you're just gonna continually be behind because everyone else sucks.
Yeah.
There's so much selfishness, and it's just like, it just makes you, it's the opposite of the feelings you get from the game Journey. Like, instead of that sense of cooperation and camaraderie, you're like, fuck every player on my server. I would kill them if I could.
I mean, that's why there's 2 factions, is because people want to compete with each other.
Am I supposed to be above the... Am I supposed to be up top or on bottom? I'm now doing a fetch quest around town. But I was getting some real resentment getting those herbs. There's also a really tragic thing I found out, is I played so much of the current expansion that I unlocked flying and everything, right? And I did all this grinding and got a few exalted reps and so on, like things were going alright. But I was like, why is my inscription still so low? Like, I was still so far from being as high on inscription as I was supposed to be, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong where I can't get my inscription up? Like, it always feels like it's just so expensive to craft anything. Like, how am I supposed to get anything done? You know what I mean? Like, how am I supposed to be getting ranks? And I'm sorry, it was a can of overheated oil. Did I not buy it? In the environment? I can't tell. But oh, there it is.
91.
My waypoint was in a shop, and so sometimes you buy the item and sometimes it's on the ground around you. But the what's it called? I was like, why am I so behind? Like, I feel like I've done so much gameplay of this expansion. Like, did they make like professions weirdly hard to level up this time around or something?
Nah.
It turns out my grave mistake, and this will hurt. This will hurt. I hadn't learned herbalism.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
You didn't learn herbalism?
Like, I didn't learn that expansion's herbalism.
Yeah, I know.
And I didn't know this mechanic existed, because for all of WoW I've ever played, herbalism was just, you just learn it once, and then it just becomes a gate that tells you whether or not you can gather certain things sometimes. Yeah. Like in classic WoW. Yeah,
you have to go talk to somebody and they're like, oh, by the way, it's Herbalism 2.0 in this land, and you're like, whatever.
In classic WoW, you just learn herbalism once, and you're like, okay, cool, I got herbalism, the end. But in modern, I think it's only the last couple expansions, your herbalism is weirder now, because now herbalism is like a special skill that, where even if you don't have herbalism, but if you have like herbalism of some kind, but not the herbalism, then you can still like gather herbs, so you don't know anything's wrong. Which is, I think that's a mistake. They shouldn't let you gather herbs, because they're just letting you hang yourself, not knowing that you needed to learn the real herbalism. It's like that was a cruel thing to let me gather herbs, so I didn't sense anything was wrong. But yeah, in modern WoW, your herbalism skill gives you like a special skill. You have a skill meter for every individual herb of the region that levels up over time, and like randomly spawning quests trigger every now and then and so on. And like that allows you to then multiply the herbs you get every time you gather an herb. And so my inscription was leveling so slow because I wasn't getting the sheer number of herbs the game was actually expecting me to be getting every time I gathered herbs. I was just getting 1.
Yeah.
As opposed to like 7.
Yeah, so you're wondering like, God, this is the worst profession.
Yeah, no, that was brutal. What? Where? God damn it! I have to Google a quest again.
Sounds like a good quest.
I just Dalaran has too many floors, man. I did the quest. Where do I turn it in? Turn it into Kalidis. Where's Kalidis?
That I can't help you with.
Don't. God damn it. God damn it. The fucking map. The online sources just show a map of Dalaran with a point on it. I'm like, that's already what the game gives me. I know that. Give me more information about where to go.
Wow, you don't say.
Like, my map is already just a question mark somewhere, and with the implication that I should talk to him, but I can't tell what floor he's on. I don't see him anywhere. I really hate this capital city. I hope they never use it again.
It's a good capital city. What are you talking about?
I'm also not fond of these mandatory quest chains you have to do at the beginning of each expansion, but only for the most recent, like, 3.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of mandatory, like, especially single player quests.
Yeah.
Those really bother me because I'm like, well, why am I
going here?
Playing a multiplayer game?
Here? Does anyone in chat know where to go? I'm not feigning confusion. I genuinely don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't know where to go. Oh, cool. Somebody came in chat to be another annoying Paladins fan. Thanks for continually reminding me I don't want to play Paladins.
He said he's genuinely enjoying the video.
Here? But he's here to pettily correct us about his insecurities about Paladins.
That's
How dare
fine.
you imply this or that thing? Paladins was actually in production before. Like,
I mean, it probably was.
I don't care.
But it's what they always say, the early bird gets the worm. Overwatch released first, ergo, it was the first game that came out. You know, it doesn't. I bet you like.
I'm just tired of Paladins fans being so insecure about their game all the time.
By that logic, I bet you like.
They always have to tell you like which character came out first and which game came out first, or it's not that similar to Overwatch and so on. I'm like, I'm just trying to play your game and enjoy it. And like, I got driven away from the game by how fucking toxic the audience was.
Where do I want to? Oh, so wait, where are the people? They're in High Mountain, right? Yeah, that's where the Tauran tribes are. High Mountain. Okay. So High Mountain will be my place.
Where's the... Am I in the open world now?
There you are, mortal.
All right, and that should be it.
No.
And now I just need to wait for you.
The master is gone, and his
I believe.
gorge upon my power. Come, repay this degradation.
Yeah, I think that's all I need to do. Portal to Dalaran.
I think I'm making progress. I'm gonna be so far behind you now.
Not really. I'm waiting at the place.
I just could not. There were several times where I was just like, where do I go? Just where? I think I'm just now starting my weapon quest, technically.
Do I not have flying in the zone? I thought I had flying here. Why? Why do I not fly?
You not have flying in this region?
Maybe not in the region I'm currently in. I thought I did though. Pretty sure I got. I'm pretty confident I finished flying.
You could look up the Legion flying achievement. Like Google what it is and then look it up inside of the in-game achievement system to see whether or not you have it.
That is a good idea.
And then you'll know. That's the Scroll of Maniri. The waypoint's wrong.
Look at all this junk I have. Buy my junk, sir. Clean up. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Tell me. Legion flying achievement. How to unlock flying and wowies owies. Let's see. Draenor Pathfinder. Oh no, that's Draenor.
As for you, treacherous skull.
Broken Isles Pathfinder. Okay, so where are achievements? Can I check achievements for all of my characters? Are they always for every character? Or are they unique to each character? I feel like they're unique to each character.
Shout out to the guy in the background for at least making a good point. I guess he hasn't recognized you as the guy who bashes paladins more than anyone else in those videos.
I mean, I bash everything more than anybody else could ever bash things.
I do not want to get in this topic again. I'm not doing that. I'm not having this conversation again. We're not doing this.
I don't know. I don't. If Paladins was the one that came first, they should have made the game 20 years earlier. That's how video game logic works. That's how all video game logic works, is that if you wanted to be the first, you should have made it 10 years ago. It's the iPod dilemma. Where people, like, if Apple didn't invent MP3 players, there were hundreds of them before iPod came out, but then people were like, yeah, but iPod. Yeah,
Long story short, I tried making Paladins videos, and every single time I put up a video, several more people would start these toxic arguments with me because they're so insecure about any sort of perceived slight from Overwatch fans, and I have an Overwatch series on the channel, so how dare we ever criticize anything about Paladins ever? It's the best game ever, blah 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 blah. And I got so tired of arguing with the fandom of Paladins that I just stopped making videos. End of discussion. Super done with that, and all of the fans. It was the least fun I've had making a series, just because of the fan response being so consistently toxic, and I got tired of banning like 5 people per video because people were just losing their shit every day. And it's like, okay, fine. Congrats, you scared me off of your game. The weird way to win or whatever. I'll go back to just having unambiguous fun with the other game where the fandom doesn't like try to scare me off of playing the game every day I play it.
I don't know. Well, they're not trying to scare me off of playing it, but Overwatch fandom doesn't make me enjoy playing it anymore.
No, I mean my
It's not like
audience.
Oh, yeah.
The
I was gonna
Overwatch,
say, like,
the viewers in my audience are for Overwatch are not toxic.
yeah,
It's
just let
fun
the
times. It's
let the game.
the online competition. Yeah, the people you fight against suck all the time in games, but like people were actively the worst every time I made a Paladins video. It's like, cool, if your goal was to make me not want to make Paladins videos, you won.
I don't know.
Whereas, like, people love the Overwatch series and don't fucking make me regret it every time I upload a video.
I'm not too sure why it matters if one copied the other, because that's kind of just how everything works. If you want to be argumentative, Paladins is like a super fucking copycat of TF2. How fucking dare it even try to exist? Get the fuck out of my goddamn video game space. Same with Overwatch. Why the fuck does Overwatch exist? To copy TF2. Fucking get out of my video game space. Why does TF2 fucking exist? To copy Counter-Strike. Get the fuck out of my video game space. Like, you can just keep going down the lineage, and at some point it doesn't... There's no reason to...
They just throw an unhelpful quest... There's just a constant unhelpful quest waypoint on the screen.
Yeah, that happens a lot. I don't know. I've played enough games where people have told me like, oh yeah, it's just like that game. Sure, I guess. I don't know. I didn't play that fucking game. I remember people used to tell me when that Overwatch copied Paladins. Is like, I don't know what Paladins is. Sure, okay. Like, I don't care if Overwatch copied Paladins. Say it all you want. I don't. What does that change anything? It doesn't change the basis of the game. It doesn't make it any less good. WoW is just a copycat of EverQuest, and I played a fuck ton of EverQuest, and WoW is a lot better than EverQuest. So, okay.
People always feel the need to correct you if you say anything is like anything else, but like that's not the chronological order in which they came out. It's like, all right, fine. They're still like each other.
Things.
That's not what like means. Like is not like this thing took thing from other thing. It's like if you were if we called the purple-haired character that turns invisible and attacks people with SMGs at close range Sombra, they're like, actually, she came out before Sombra. I'm like, I don't care. I need a shorthand to communicate what a character is like to my friends because we're in the middle of a match. And it's just like every single time it's like, how dare you imply that she's a ripoff of Sombra? We literally didn't say those words. It's literally not what we. It's like it's such a fucking live wire. Like the audience is so infuriating. Every time you say anything, it was always the wrong thing, and they were mad again about another thing. It's like they're so fucking like. It's incredibly insecure.
I heard the new guy is a ripoff of Sigma.
It's all these fucking like raw nerves, and they're just so mad all the time. And I'm like, go away.
I don't know. I understand that everything is copying each other. It's like a copy game, and that's just what you do to survive. You see what is popular, you do the thing that's popular. Success. So I'm not. If someone there's a difference between like I'm not saying, and at no point have I ever said that Paladins is literally ripping off Overwatch, because it's not. It is not in any way ripping off Overwatch. It has way too many fucking characters. It has literally none of the same mechanics. Like being able to change characters at any time would be solid. The fact that you make decks is 100% different from Overwatch. Paladins and Overwatch are two different video games that have similarities in aspects of character design. So there are some abilities that characters have that are similar to Overwatch, or vice versa. I don't fucking care. But there are some overlap there where I go like, oh yeah, like you said, person with purple hair turns invisible, shoots SMG. Okay, I mean, it sounds like the Sombra. Did that one come out first? I don't fucking care. That's what I know. I know Sombra. I know Sombra really well. So you tell me that, I will instinctively go, oh yeah, you mean a purple hair and SMG. Gotcha, solid. 10 out of 10.
No, Andrew, you have sinned. You have done wrong with the Paladins audience, and you are now to be crucified.
Yeah, well, guess what? Paladins is actually something D&D invented, so they're fucking ripping off a fucking thing that already existed. How fucking dare they? Turn it off. Shut the servers down. You can't call it Paladins. That was already done first. Fucking created. Just rip off. 100%. I can't even tolerate it. Like, I will never accept a video game that uses the same name as something that already exists. Never. Setai never. Turn it off. Like, I don't. That's why I don't give a shit. You can't just draw arbitrary lines in the sand of like.
I never knew what people were expecting us to accomplish exactly. Like, they seemingly wanted us to, like, every time we explained a character in a game that has over 40 characters, we were supposed to sit there and slowly explain all 5 of their abilities and their passive skills and how each of the cards work on the fly, completely from the ground up with 0 shorthands.
And every time
instead
we played,
we
there
could
was
just
a new
call Victor
player.
Soldier, and people are like, "Oh, I get it."
Yeah.
Like, and you could just call the kobold Farah, and people are like, oh yeah, I get it. He's Farah with Falcon Punch, got it. But
Cool.
no, it's like, how dare you compare this character to Smash Brothers and Overwatch? That's a crime. Everything in Paladins came whole cloth from nothing, and is the most original game ever, and all comparisons are just gonna piss off this fucking fan base. It's like, I swear to God.
Yeah, dude.
It was
didn't
so
you know?
fucking frustrating. Meanwhile, no one's freaking out when you compare Junkrat to Demo Man, because it's like, yeah. Obviously.
There's only one.
There's only one.
This isn't over between us. It has
Alright,
only
so wait, I don't own these toys? Do I not own these toys? You can face your fears. I'm not facing shit, dude.
Sweet.
I don't own these toys. Can you give me these toys? I need these toys.
Oh yeah, this would actually be a good time for you to transmog.
Is able to return.
I already transmogged.
Ah. Portal of Thalkil. Just the end
Buy
of the
that toy.
thing.
Yeah. Look at these toys. Look at these toys. Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Okay, let me explain. We never attacked blah blah blah. You're not the we.
Yeah.
I'm explaining why we turned away from playing the game because the audience was toxic. You don't get to retroactively insert yourself into that group and then explain their point of view. You weren't there. That wasn't you.
Yeah, this is not the. This is not the.
It's like,
we
no,
as in
those people
you.
genuinely did suck, and it turned me away from
Yeah.
the game. You don't get to pretend you were them.
This is This is kind of like the royal we.
It's not. He's not in the royal we though.
Sure he is.
He
Everyone's-
wasn't. This is literally a timeline in the past. It's over.
Look, this is the same thing as the paladin conversation. When you say things like community, everyone's involved. Even if someone joined tomorrow, they are part of the community that's toxic forever now. That's how it works. Forever now. What is this?
Whispers.
Oh, I need to put these over here because they're very important commands. Because otherwise... There we go. Those were worth it. I think that was a very worthwhile 50 gold was buying those toys. Okay, let's see. Are you done with your stuff? You got your fancy
I think
weapon?
I'm about to be.
They let you go scout somewhere?
Wait,
Man,
I'm going back in a
can't
thing.
smell shit.
So, the little warlock returns. You're too
Do I have...
late to save your friends. They have
What is my
the
ranking?
It's justified. It's not justified to be such a dick to me that I don't want to play the game anymore because you're so insecure about people saying comparisons to things.
pleased to receive
It's definitely not a good
That's
look
not.
for...
It's not justified at all.
deliver you to him.
Yeah, I don't... Again, like, even if someone... If I was watching a video of someone comparing Paladin's characters to Overwatch characters, I wouldn't give a shit. I've played, like, 3 years of Overwatch. Like, it's just... It doesn't matter. Even... I can understand if it annoys you that people do that, but it's not like you have to listen to it. It's not like you have to agree. People are wrong literally every day of my life. That's my job, is listening to wrong people. And you just kind of, you can just tune it out and just ignore it. Just get the point that they're making.
A guy, I'm ignoring you. I'm not continuing. I don't want to have this fucking Paladins conversation for the 12th time.
Just have to extrapolate.
If I took
the
it out of
truth.
context, because I'm trying to stream a game and you're trying to have like this long argument with me that I've already had 12 times, and I don't care.
Jump off a cliff.
I moved on from your game. I'm sick of your community. Like, you guys ruined it. And I'm moving on.
Well, see, but
I
when
don't
you
wanna
say you
keep
guys, then
starting
it
this thing.
implies that this person is part of that. But if they weren't the ones making the comments, then they're not part of that.
Yeah, but he's trying to argue on their
behalf.
behalf. So that's like you just said. He inserts
That's-
himself into the we.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
Like,
I wouldn't jump into this.
He's making himself the we on purpose. So that's what he's doing.
This is
So
like
if he
when
wants to
people
make
say
it the
that
we, then I'm gonna call him the we.
This is the moment when someone says like gamers are shitty and you look at them and go, yes, gamers are shitty, even though you're a gamer. You acknowledge what is shitty and then you just don't be shitty. That's it. But if you say like, no, we're not, then you're like, wait, are you shitty? Are you defending the shitty people? Like, you would only do that if you're shitty. Unless you're not shitty, then you wouldn't defend the shitty people.
All right, I'm banning him.
What?
Yeah.
He's not even talking.
No, he's being a prick. Like, background, the guy, I like you. You're capable of making valid arguments. Fuck you, dude.
What?
Rude ass motherfucker.
Why did YouTube not load those comments? I am so sorry. I did not see any. All I saw, like, the last comment he made was like,
no,
he had spoken
he's
4 times.
Banned. We're moving on. He's been a dick continuously. Because I'm not fucking like sucking his fucking paladin dick the whole time. He's like constantly shitting on me. But like you, the guy who shits on paladins more than anyone else, you're the one that he's like, man, I like this guy. Valid arguments, because you're not currently in the process of just fucking reaming that game the way you did in all those videos. I'm done with this guy. He's so fucking irritating.
There is something enjoyable about that. I love when people when people hear me say things in rational voice, and they go like, you know what, this guy's got some good head on his shoulders, and then they look at a video of me and they're like, this guy's an asshole. like wait a second, I thought he was rational. Oh no, Lord, no.
No.
We will meet again.
Why can't I fly here? I call it the it's the parent effect, where I'm not a monster in public, so every parent seems to like me for some reason, even though I literally give no indication of who I am as a functioning adult to anybody. Like, all adults see me and are like, good, that's a well-rounded guy. He's a pretty mature person. It's like, what? I've never said anything that would give way to who I am as a person to you. How do you make that assumption? And then it's like, if only you had saw the hundreds of videos of me on the internet.
Yeah, I just don't tolerate people talking to me like that.
That's also fair.
They're trying that hard. They're trying to pit us against each other by implying that like you're the rational one and I'm being unreasonable and so on, and we have such different opinions of paladins, which we don't.
We don't.
While also just constantly talking down to me. It's like, all right, get the fuck out of my audience, then go away. You don't get to talk to me like that. Congratulations, you had your 10 seconds of talking to a streamer live and you blew it.
Where is...
This is why I don't interact with chat most of the time.
I want to stable this, and no, not that.
Because y'all act like you've never talked to a human before.
Go talk to a girl.
This quest is way too complicated to do while having this conversation. I'm trying to keep track of what's happening, and it's just making me more irritated.
I would very much appreciate you focus on the quest.
I'm trying. There's a lot of huge areas where I have to find which, like, demon altar is the thing that makes me proceed.
Come on. Why is there like literally nothing to do in this area? It's really confusing to me. No, in my excuse me, in my whatever it's called.
Did you say you were trying to do High Mountain?
Yeah.
Like
I figured that was the one. That's the one with the Tauren. So
yeah,
that's where
they're good.
That's where we originally started our series, was with the Tauren, and then we moved over to.
There is that verticality though.
That's fine.
The one downside of the area is the capital city.
I am forsaken.
That's fine.
Fuck, how do I leave? Fuck.
What was it? There was somebody in when I was setting up stuff in the Minecraft server, someone was asking like, why are you setting up these permission things to make it so people can't grief? And I was like, well, I know what it's like. to burn someone else's Minecraft stuff down to the ground, and I don't want anybody else to experience that. Someone's like, "Wait, are you gonna burn other people's stuff down?" I was like, "No, I would never do that."
You definitely don't have a history.
I have never once.
My brother
done that.
definitely doesn't have like an outstanding grudge against you because you burned down his treehouse like 9 years ago.
10 years ago.
I'm in a hearth.
You're gonna go back to
I can't
Dalaran?
figure out how to leave.
Where are you?
I was in Demon Dimension and I don't know who to talk to leave it. But it's fine. I used my Dalaran Hearthstone, so fuck them.
That's weird.
This conversation has made it like impossible to process my surroundings.
Sorry.
And keep
It's
track
sneaky.
of like what's happening because Dalaran's so weirdly complicated.
Did you pick what's it
Yeah,
called?
I picked High Mountain.
Okay, so what's the quest that you're on?
This flight master one will take me to Dalaran, High Mountain. There we go.
Perfect. Just bring you to the True Shot Lounge.
I was in this demon area, and it's like a mini Outland. Like it's a bunch of floating islands. They're all held together and stuff, and it's like big. And I'm like, where do I?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm just like, where's the leaving?
Yeah.
Where do I? Wait. Do I talk to an NPC somewhere? Is there a portal somewhere?
There's a guy you talk to, I believe.
Whatever it is, there was not an icon on the map to help me out, so I just had to explore the whole place again.
I think there's a person that you talk to and they'll fly you back to Dalaran, or there's a portal you take that takes you back to Dalaran. I think. Because I think that's where demon hunters have to go to, and I did a demon hunter once, and I remember being in the same. I was like, where am I? What the fuck is this place? Like, how do I get out of here? Where is it taking you specifically? Where are you? There you are. Okay.
Did you fly yourself or something?
No. My hunter's lounge is here. So
your hunter's lounge is in High Totem?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it's flying me to the capital. Of the High Mountains. Like it's just gonna take me to their base, I assume, the city.
Oh. Okay. Well, then I will go. Game's breaking on me. I will go complete my quest then, because I have a quest to go to the bottom of High Mountain. Run to High Mountain. Alright.
The audience is finding the flesh shirt in the Overwatch videos.
Oh god.
Oh, it's a nightmare and I love it. I'm so proud. I'm so proud, horrified of it.
That was too far of a jump.
Horrified. Chad, I generally just don't play two games in the same franchise back to back.
Champion to Thunder Totem.
So KOTOR 2 will happen sometime in the future.
From the Blood Totem tribe, or Eagle Riders from the
I try to bounce between different franchises while also giving new things a chance.
Just play.
Games are so long, I don't want to immediately just play the next game in the series.
There is that risk of like, okay, I've been playing this one game for.
Yeah, it's the same reason why I haven't played every Yakuza game back to back. It's like, nope.
Or every Zelda game.
You're gonna have to wait anywhere from like 6 months to 2 years.
Or sign up now
other
to Sebastian SB Patreon and throw in $15 and then suggest KOTOR 2. Get it voted on.
Nope, there it is. Oh no!
Don't attack me, no!
No, I'm gonna die. Oh, I'm dead.
What'd you do? Did you
I
jump
got
off a cliff?
worse. I saw the elevator. I'm like, oh, there's the elevator. And then right when I walked toward, right when I started walking onto it, it went and just took off down. Oof. And then on top of that, I fell past the elevator. Because the elevator doesn't touch the walls. So when I was like, oh god, land on the elevator, I fell through the cracks between the wall and the elevator and fell all the way down to the ground anyway. like,
Well.
oh no.
GG's. F in chat.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
I mean,
daughter of the late High Chieftain Mulan, and I speak for the tribes.
what? I don't want to walk with you to High Mountain. Oh, you're flying to High Mountain. Okay.
I'm finally here, Andrew. Our adventures can begin an hour into the session.
I'm almost here.
Some parts of that could have gone faster.
Well, we didn't realize that we'd have to do.
Yeah.
I am like flying straight into this guy. I am so sorry, dude.
I never quite
I know.
remember it, although I don't remember like a mandatory class thing on my rogue.
Have you come to trade? Watch over you.
I remember going into the underbelly of the place
May the earth
and getting my
provide the right direction.
like meeting the little like conspiracy dudes that are gonna be your rogue group. But like I
There's your
didn't.
corpse.
But like, did you find my corpse?
Yeah, your skeleton's on the
Yeah.
elevator.
Yeah, I remember getting introduced to like the vague concept of like a class hall and like sending somebody on like a real-time mission and stuff like that and getting a weapon. But I don't remember
Yeah.
an actual mission going to like a special place the way that this one was, where it was like it was a whole thing. I think they might have sent
Some
me.
of them-
They might have sent me back to like the Legion transition zone even. I'm not sure. They might have had. I think they might have had me go back to that. Remember the place where like the Horde and the Alliance see the fight from other sides of the one space and everything in Legion at the beginning of Legion.
Yeah,
I think they might have made me quest over there for a bit, and I was like, "What is happening?"
that's weird.
Am I having a stroke, or is this person just spamming random sentences in chat? It's incomprehensible. I can't tell what they're talking about.
It's probably because you remember chat's on a delay, so they might be replying to something that you've since long forgotten.
It doesn't make any sense at all.
They could be talking about something in the game, like one of the characters saying something.
I have no idea. I'm just gonna assume there's a language gap or something.
It's a fair assumption. Language is one of the hardest barriers next to iron. Iron's a really good barrier.
Another weakling.
All right.
falls.
I mean, that's why they make prison bars out of it. Must be really good.
That's one way. That's one direction to take the conversation in.
There's only two kind of bars: language or two kind of barriers: language and iron. This is disgusting. Why are there so many disease grubs here? Could somebody please clean this up? Specifically, a hero.
We need a hero. Shit,
Oh,
I'm
God,
a hero. Oh no. This job sucks.
This is not what I want.
No.
Have you ever seen the anime Konosuba?
I don't know what that is.
Okay. One of the jokes in there is like, wait, why did I want to be a hero? It's just basically being a freelancer. It sucks. Like,
I don't think I've ever watched an anime with a Japanese name.
wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, no, that can't. That's not how that works at all.
No, I mean, like, I think every single anime I've ever watched had like a localized name.
Oh.
So when, like, every time you refer to like, it's just like a Japanese word, I'm like, I genuinely don't know what you're talking about.
That makes sense. I
'Cause,
was trying
it's
to
like-
think of.
It's like Beastars, Samurai Champloo, Cowboy Bebop, Full Metal Alchemist, Dragon Ball Z. Like, they're all like localized names. Except maybe Yu Yu
Yeah.
Hakusho. Nobody was named Yu Yu Hakusho, were they? It was Yusuke Urameshi.
Yeah.
So I guess that was
messy.
yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho. Nobody's actually, that's not a name or anything. So like
No.
So I guess that was my. I guess that might be my one example of like just a full-on Japanese name for a anime I watch.
I think if I want, maybe I'm dumb here, but I want to say that Yu meant something.
Yeah. Like when I watch Doro Hodero, that'll be an example finally of being like, oh, this just, I don't know what it means. It's just too much syllables for me, as opposed to like the usual localizations. What is I don't remember what that thing's called now. What's the scientist caveman thing called? I forgot its name entirely.
Scientist caveman?
That doesn't move me 1 millimeter.
You're gonna have to be a little bit more.
We talked about it in this
Dr.
series.
Stone.
With Senko.
Dr. Stone.
Dr. Stone. There we go. I was like, I couldn't remember its name, but I thought that was also like a localized sounding name.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's just Dr. Stone.
Yeah, it's just Dr. Stone. I blanked entirely on its name. Caveman Science Boy.
Caveman Science Boy. What's the anime about? Caveman Science Boy stuff, you know.
I saw Studio Trigger put out a new anime on Netflix.
That's probably their furry one.
Yeah.
Is it
It's
the
like
BNA or
it's like
BHA
a raccoon
or...
girl and a wolf guy.
Yep. Yeah.
I can't remember its name.
Bug
Like, ooh, Studio
spray.
Trigger. Because their name's on my radar from watching Redline. I watched Redline. Where's the
Kill
bug
a Kill?
Where's this bug
and
sprayer?
Gurren Lagann, Gurren Lagann, and
Redline was neat, but also its ending, I was like, what?
Redline's ending makes a lot more sense if you've seen. Yeah, it makes a lot more sense.
What the fuck?
If you've seen like
and then
a
it
lot
just
of
rolls credits,
subversion.
and I'm like, what? That's just the end of the show.
The end of
I'm
the
so confused.
okay, but I just
what a bizarre fucking final moment, and then it just ends. Where's the bug sprayer?
Yeah. Well, this guy killed him
this
in one
asshole
shot.
keeps dropping it, but like, yeah, there's level 120s around that just one-shot everything because they're doing daily quests. It sucks. It really sucks that level 120s are in the same instance as normal players trying to proceed through here.
Well, at least everything spawns really quickly.
Yes, and so we wait.
I'm gonna go.
Wait. You also want to do the star?
Yeah, go touch it. I'll get it.
Because
I think it disappears when one of us touches it. So I already got a purple that was inside of the High Moon capital.
Flame
There's a hidden
scale.
chest there. Nice. And there's the fish we gotta fight.
Yep. Tag you. Oops. I tag pestilent guy. There we go. Why is he? Wait, did he aggro on me when I hit him once?
Yeah.
Oh, he aggroed on he probably aggroed on my pet. I just wanted to tag the fish and the monster to make sure I get both things.
All right,
There
he's
we go.
dead.
Now fight the
All right,
fishy.
come here.
It's level 100 star.
Whatever that means. I don't believe in
Those are
stars.
some movements right there.
Right? Seems like floundering about. Nah, 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 nah. Whoa, bud, you literally swam through the floor.
Gotta get him.
Get him.
Oh my god, so many things.
I was a little torn when I watched Redline. Like, I liked the style, and I liked the characters, like especially like the supporting cast of people where they're like not sure if they can trust each other about him actually doing the race. Like,
Oh yeah, I love the moment where they like.
Yeah, like that whole supporting cast. But then like the plot itself, I'm kind of like, I don't know about this.
I don't.
Got mixed
Yeah.
feelings about a lot of it. They keep setting up a bunch of crazy shit that's happening in the world, and then almost none of it pays off. And then the whole thing just abruptly ends with like a mid-air orgasm kiss flyby thing, and then the movie just ends. And I'm like, oh, huh.
Yeah.
I feel this feels a little unresolved.
Really?
It's also maybe a little unfortunate what they do with that character.
Who are you talking about? The girl?
Yeah, they set up cool racer girl like that's capable and whatnot, and then they completely just remove her from the story, and she just becomes like somebody to like carry around as a trophy and win. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, okay, that's the end of that character.
So-
She stopped doing things.
So
That's a
Redline
little
takes
weird.
a lot of inspiration from Death Race. I think that's what it's called. It's called Death Race. But yeah, and there is like that whole build up is because of that, where there's like a really powerful, strong woman race or driver, and then something happens where her car gets blown up, so the guy like picks her up and they complete the race together type deal.
Yeah.
It's weird, and I hate it because it really does take a lot of the agency out of the character, and you're kind of like, well, why did you
They
you
set up a
introduce it
They set
then?
up a whole character and then they just delete her from the story, and she doesn't do anything except get one as a trophy, essentially. I'm like, oh. Like, she was good enough that... didn't he lose to her? Like, in the first
Yeah.
race? So I was like, oh wow, what a formidable character that he basically won't race against after this point.
Yep.
Those elements seem strange, but it's just fun to watch, though.
Oh,
Almost-
Redline's a beautiful
It's almost
anime.
better to just watch. And it's like a little bit of Sucker Punch, where it's like best experienced without the dialogue.
Yeah.
I showed Stephanie
There's-
Sucker Punch and she liked it. I was like, haha, see, its negative reputation is somewhat undeserved. It's basically, it might be
Somewhat
Zack Snyder's best movie.
I don't know enough about movies to refute or to agree with your claim, because it's just not my.
It's just a very fun film. It's completely absurd.
I mean,
It's like a Western-made anime music video.
that does
with
sound
like a
like
tri-
something
with like a
American
AAA
people
budget.
would not like.
No, they did not like it.
Americans don't really like
Everyone I
anything
ever
that
talked to
isn't.
hated that movie. So I showed Stephanie, and she's like, "Wait, this is fun. It is
Yeah.
fun. It really is like a 2-hour long anime music video. It's just like a bunch of song covers set to like completely over the top, absurd action sequences, but like they're not like in a lot of really bad action movies that have been made over the years. Like you got a lot of action where it's like you just turn off your brain off and watch the action, but like the action's like garbage because like you can barely tell what's happening and it's just noise and so on. But like this is actually like a really
like
carefully
Transformers.
choreographed film full of like really beautiful visuals, and you can definitely tell exactly what's happening all the time. But like absurd things are happening. Like there's a part where like a bunch of girls that are in schoolgirl costumes are fighting steampunk Nazi zombies in World War I or II like trenches, while there's also a bunny mech like Diva. It's like a lot to take in, happening all
Yeah,
at
that
once in one
sounds-
scene.
That's already a lot for me to take in.
And the movie is a series of like 5 different set pieces like that, where it's a completely different setting and premise. It's just absurd. There's a part where they're fighting robots on a train because the train's delivering a bomb to a city. And there's a part where there's an entire and there's a part where there's an entire fortress.
Sounds like Face Off.
It's fucking nuts. And there's an entire fortress full of orcs that they have to fight through in order to steal the flame gem from the throat of a newborn dragon by slitting it open, because they need the fire. It's just like, okay, this is just going places, huh? Like the opening sequence is just one girl with a katana fighting like 30-foot tall robot samurai skeleton things, and like every time they swing their weapon and she like parries it or something, she leaves like a long like Dragon Ball Z style trench in the ground from like the force of her being moved across the ground, like in like sort of downward motion. She leaves like the impact trench they would have when like Goku gets like knocked into the ground or something, and there'd be that long trough. Like that's happening constantly, but it's all like in beautifully rendered like live action CG, like, so it's like completely absurd because it's meant to be believable looking. Fucking Sucker Punch is hilarious. It's so earnest about its bizarre fucking aesthetic, and it's for once Zack Snyder not just making another comic book movie based on another property, because everything he does is an adaptation, except that one. Because everything else is like DC Comics and Watchmen, which is another DC comic, and 300, which is another comic. Like everything, his whole career is a bunch of comic adaptations and remakes, like a Day of the Dead or whatever, whichever zombie thing he remade. But Sucker Punch was just an original thing that came in full cloth out of nowhere, and it was bizarre, and it's so entertaining. And people forgot it existed and hated it when it came out, and it's a bummer because if he had any, I feel like if he had any positive feedback on that movie, we might have had a series of better Zack Snyder movies over the last decade instead of the miserable shit that I've had to sit through.
Nah,
like every Zack Snyder movie I've seen in like the last 10 years has been the worst movie theater experience. God, I hated Man of Steel so much.
Well, that's not a very controversial statement you're making there, bud.
It's like he was too risky and fun with one project, so he just went fucking grim, dark, and depressing, and like irritating and safe. And now his movies are just incredibly unfun to watch.
Well, I mean, what movies are supposed to be?
That's the only Zack Snyder film I have on Blu-ray.
Is it really?
Yeah. You wouldn't expect me to own a Zack Snyder film. The next contender would probably be Day of the Dead, or whichever one it was. I think it was Day of the Dead that he remade.
Yeah, I think it's Day of the Dead.
That's the one that has the zombie baby.
Yeah, that's the one that's in the mall. God, I remember that.
My ears aren't what they used to be.
Zombie baby.
Zombie baby.
Zombie
cancer.
What a dumb movie.
Yes. Correct.
Life's Spring Cavern is to the west. Meet me there when you can.
Did you figure out if you had flying or not?
I don't have flying here.
Oh.
At least if the achievements are consecutive or whatever, then no, I don't apparently have the achievement I need.
Speak up.
So, whoops. Oh well, we both can't fly.
Mousy. I got my wolf because I unlocked the orc
Whoa,
race.
whoa, whoa! I need to get one more quest, lady. Jeez.
Yeah, she phases out and turns into a follower, and you have to try again.
Yeah, she started running away. I was like, whoa.
Powered crystal. Thought of a Game Grumps joke.
So that's a
the JO crystals. You remember that?
Yeah.
Like,
Wait a second.
It's time to empower this crystal. Wave that's cool.
Remember when it was fun to hate Sonic?
It's still pretty fun.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, that would help if they made more games.
There is a lack of Sonic.
I mean, I guess you can hate the movies, but that's pretty.
Yeah.
That's low hanging fruit, man. That's not effort.
We'll have to organize like some kind of like week or something, like some kind of like extended weekend thing where I just like come over with my recording shit, and we just like do
Watch
the entire
Sonic movie.
No.
Oh,
Definitely not.
I was like, what?
Or where we just do like the entirety of like Shadow the Hedgehog or something.
Oh God.
We have not played a Sonic game in a long time.
Shadow the Hedgehog. Does that count? That's not part of the Sonic franchise, is it? Oh, what a game.
Is this person a bot? I'm genuinely looking at chat. I'm like, is this person a bot? Nothing they say makes any sense at all.
I don't know what they're referencing. If you're not a bot, could you tell us what you're referencing?
Nothing they
Just
say
for
makes
context.
sense.
Yeah, like it's just you don't have to do it for everything, but just like the next joke you make, put a context to it, because I'm very confused and I feel like I'm not here. Okay, so maybe you're right. You might be right.
No, he said Dan.
Yeah, but okay, well, I guess they're not going to provide context. That's fine.
Well, we said Game Grumps and they said Dan, so that means they're at least,
yeah, but I'm saying
it's
like,
at least
I don't know the
related.
context.
It's just nothing they're saying makes sense. It just doesn't. It doesn't flow. Where's
you get up
where's
there?
Jelmog? Jellymog?
That's what I'm
Like,
trying to
I
get
go
to.
all the way around.
Yeah. Have you ever been down a mountain bed? Whoa. There he is. They're fighting him. Let's tag Glimog.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
Take that, Glim.
I got him. I got him once. Okay, wow, just once.
Nice. That's all you needed.
I was still fighting something on the stairs at first. I'm like, oh god, they're going.
Choose your reward? Oh god, now we're getting into like the min-maxing of your weapon.
Yeah. Pretty much just pick one that's for your specialization. Because usually two of them aren't even for your specialization. But half the time all they do anyway is increase your item level for now. And yeah, we'll quickly outpace this entire mechanic before it gets anywhere.
Oh, they're just item levels. Okay.
Yeah, right. The ones I saw all just said item levels, so they're kind of, the choices didn't even really matter. And yeah, like before you can make any real progress on that tree, we're just going to be immediately throwing these weapons in the garbage.
That
We'll
is
be
true.
we'll be out of this expansion already. Once upon a time, this system made sense, and now it never will.
Sounds like a lot of WoW.
Yeah. Ooh, a glimmering treasure chest. It glimmers. I got order resources for my order. Which I'll never look at.
I was gonna say, and it's another thing you'll never do.
Yeah, another old system.
Can you take the shortcut?
There's a shortcut? I'm lost, honestly.
Yeah, you can jump out the
Here we
hole.
go.
There's a hole and it'll take you out of this place.
Well. Shit. Don't tell anyone.
Don't tell anyone.
Moosey's adventure.
I like how Are you ready for summer to begin? In this
No.
hellhole state?
Where we're trapped indoors all the time and then it turns to 105 degrees for a month? No.
Not only that,
Do
but
not
we're
want.
also, guess what we're gonna get again this year? Random PG&E shutoffs.
Yay! I like the constant threat of me losing recordings. I better set up that UPS.
Doesn't everyone love the idea that you're a utility that you
we also
pay
get
for
to
can be
deal with
shut
the
off?
threat of the fact that because of the virus, more people are indoors than ever before in the heat, in the peak of like the season where everyone wants air conditioning.
Yep.
And so it's going to be like next level on just the risk of random blackouts as a result and overloading.
That's fine. You know what? It's
Remember
that's
the
what
time
we get, right?
we went to I came to your house and the fucking power was just off.
Yep.
It's like, whoop. It's like I invited you to like a lunch party style thing or something. And
Yeah.
we
had
got
a
back
nice
to
time,
we got back to
came
find out
back.
that basically the power had been off in your house the entire time we were gone, and it had no signs of coming back on for hours.
Yeah, we just sat outside and we're like,
Yeah.
well, all right.
I think you had to go like the rest of that day and night without power. And
Yeah, there was no
no
power throughout the night because I remember the
Yeah.
whole street was blacked out and I was like, this is kind of weird.
How do I evacuate them?
That's a very good question. I'm trying to figure that out myself. Oh, you gotta use the horn.
Oh, it's behind my pet bar again, so I keep not seeing it. My UI is not working correctly. Whoopsie.
I wish you could drag those.
It's a little awkward.
We did it.
It was the middle of the summer and it was an indoor area, so it's like it was hotter it was hotter in your
inside
house than outside of your
yeah.
house. So you just were trying to stay outside, but then you had to try to sleep, and it was a nightmare.
Yeah, I don't understand why that's. I don't understand why it's so difficult to provide power to this state.
Damn, this guy just terraformed.
We have plenty of one. We have plenty of fucking land. Build some solar panels. My God. Like, if the sun's a problem, maybe that means you have plenty of time to harvest it. God dang. Secondly, we have the Hoover Dam, and there's no reason why we can't just have unlimited power with the Hoover Dam. It's a great dam.
What is happening here? Hey.
What is happening here, dude? Are you all right?
We gotta rescue Oro. If I can find an interaction point anywhere on him. Oh, where did I click just now? Okay, fuck it.
Thank you for the rescue.
I don't know where I clicked, but I did it.
Yeah, you clicked something and now he's gone.
Yeah. Did you get the progress from it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
there we go. Yeah, the spot you click on doesn't make much sense. You think it would just be any part of their body, like usual, but I kind of like floated it around and just looked for the hand to change on my icon, and the place never quite makes sense. It's a little
there
weird.
must be some kind of issue with like it's supposed to be touching him or something.
I like that as a warlock, I just now have a floating skull around me all the time, because that's my weapon. They just gave me a skull. Like, all right.
Oh my God, you do just have a skull floating around you.
I'll take these Shadows of the Damned vibes. Give me your demon skull.
Does it make cool quips?
Does it make quips? Maybe. I don't pay a lot of attention to it.
That'd be impressive, actually. It's more like the Ghost and Destiny one, where it's just
I think
stoically silent.
I think famously, like the Shadow Priest knife is like possessed and like whispers things to you and stuff.
That's unnerving.
Yeah, because they stuck with it as a character, I think, because you re-encounter it no matter who you are in Battle for Azeroth. There's like a whole quest chain assigned to what was originally the Shadow Priest weapon.
What?
It's like next
It's just
level
like infamous now.
Yep.
The Gul'dan of Shadow Knives. Every expansion, the knife just gets bigger now.
Oh, BOE, I can mail that. Oh wait, I don't need to mail that. I'm the enchanter. I have the power.
Wait, why'd you say Spanish twice?
I don't know. I don't understand what they're saying.
It said Spanish, habla Spanish.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I keep mailing all of my every bind on equip item I get on any character I mail to this one. So I just reflexively took all those items and put them in a special bag to categorize them so I could mail them later. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm me.
I'm the one who opens the mail.
I can just disenchant them right now. It's a nightmare. I have two in. See, I gave myself 28 and 30 slot bags on this character, and of those, I have my 2 28 slot bags are filled entirely with cloth and enchanting materials.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's several different expansions amounts of enchanting materials and cloth. I figure, I don't know, this stuff drops, might as well just mail it to this character. He'll just simultaneously level every expansion's enchanting and tailoring at the same time.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Like, why not?
I don't think I've ever been efficient with WoW that way.
I just send all the cloth and BOE items on all my characters to this guy, and then I just open up my I basically just open up my like class, my profession windows and just click all the ones that have numbers on them. It's like, oh, those are craftable.
And it's made a 2 and a 3.
It's easier for enchanting. For tailoring, you need like types of thread and shit, so it's not clear which ones you have the materials for, because there might be something that costs 10 copper you have to buy, and then you have the materials, so it doesn't count until you buy those items, and that makes this process complicated.
Oh.
wee bit.
Oh. Okay. So what I gotta do? Bitestone, Drogbar. Don't see any of those guys. Ah.
I'm getting one.
Die, fiend.
Die, monster. You don't belong in this world.
Man, that's so old now.
Yet always relevant.
Age.
That's all we do in games.
That's true.
Not by my own hand, and I'm once again given flesh. Was brought here by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves. Fucking voice acting is incredible.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religion.
Your words are as empty as your soul. Fucking Richter. Oh no, the bad's gonna happen now, I think. Isn't this the part where the bad happens? Oh yeah, this line of Tauren over here. Did he turn the quest in?
Yeah.
They're about to get fucking nuked.
Oh.
And then they're
There's a big bad.
they just become a permanent fixture here as a result of this. It's like goddamn. Dude?
Under King, this one still lives.
I want this Shamroonier to tell the others. Tell them their doom will come once
It's like, goddamn. This poor Tauren. Well, goodbye, Oro. I guess that ends that storyline.
It was nice knowing you.
It was nice trying to figure out how to click on you to save you last time, but no more.
I can reach him. They run into the wall.
Oh, were you able to free yourself too fast?
Yep.
Was it a hunter thing?
Nope.
Or did they just not capture you?
The moment the rocks come up, you can start freeing yourself. Like the moment he does the hammer down, you can just start like, okay, get me out.
Gimme.
Game's like,
Gimme.
it's a little fast there, bud. Do. Come on. Well, we're making good progress. What? I'm 102. You're
slow.
102. We're finally leveling at the same pace.
Yeah.
Wait, how am I faster than you?
We just needed to have well, it's because you're a hunter.
Oh.
You have a perpetual 30% boost, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah. And you have a sprint button you can just press whenever you feel like.
Well, I didn't press it that time.
Yeah. I'm a warlock. I have nothing and nothing.
Technically, my speed
It's a
is
sad time.
I have Trailblazer, which is movement speed increased by 30%, and then Pathfinding, which is increase it by 8% more.
Oh, right, dungeons.
Oh yeah, that's what we play WoW for. I touched the High Chieftain, and then he died.
Yes. Random Legion dungeon.
Decline.
There we go. No!
I don't do dungeons.
Damn. The,
Don't mess with a mountain.
Don't mess with a mountain.
Spirits guide you.
When Dargrel stole the hammer of Kazgoroth, he did so right in front of myself and the other chieftains. Our last High Chieftain
What was I gonna say?
Wow, what is that? What?
was slain.
Go kiss a Tauren. What?
I had a thought at some point and it's gone.
We gotta take this lady to the mountains.
Go kiss a
like,
Tauren.
Just now you had a thought?
Between our tribes.
I was like, where'd it go? It's gone.
Where you go?
Something, it's whatever reminded me to do dungeons. I forgot what the sentence was. I had like a thought I was saying, but then I was like, oh yeah, dungeons.
I don't know.
I know.
I don't know your brain.
What was I thinking about?
That feels relatable.
It's gone. It's never coming back.
Thank
Oh, well.
you, champion. We should be safe now. Come, Let us
Oh,
speak
now I
with
remember.
Rhaegar.
Yeah, or not. I don't remember the thought, but I remember what the zone is at least, which is that you keep like making various Tauren happy, and then you lead them back to High Totem, and then they all like it's like a ritual. When you get all the different
like
people here,
they're like a fractured clan or something, and then when you bring them all back,
you bring in
they-
all these supporters in.
Yeah.
We do not often allow outsiders in our lands. High mountains stand.
Come, let us speak
This hero got us
to
to
Mela.
safety, but
High
we
mountain
must get
stands.
The other tribes back here to help us. We cannot stand divided.
I completely lost my thought process.
Descendants of home.
And it's never coming back.
May the
Nope.
ancestors watch over.
Time to listen to a story.
I will tell you the story of home.
Those are my favorite.
Mountain.
Long ago, when a
distant land.
Generations the Tauren of this mountain fought. Countless lives, even entire tribes.
Can I
were
skip this?
lost.
Thank you.
Once,
This is a really funny animation.
from such a battle, Huln
Just
High
a horde of Tauren
People slaughtered
just walking into an open area and falling over dead.
foe.
Ever seen Avatar: Last Airbender?
Some of it.
Battling his grief.
Okay,
Huln
never
spoke
mind
the
then.
leaders of the remaining tribes.
It's a useless fact.
Under one banner to oppose this new threat.
I watched it back when I was just a kid that would just watch random shit. Which is,
Just say
which is a terrible way to like watch a show. It's like, oh, no, let's watch the parts the TV shows me. So it's like I've seen a random collection of episodes with,
Yeah. Yeah,
and I think TV shows on when they're airing, I feel like kids shows bias in favor of like early episodes, and don't show later stuff as much. Because I don't think I even met the green girl.
Wow, you never met Toph? That's impressive. I feel like she's not even that far in the story.
Yeah, like there was just like a time where like I remember watching Avatar and liking it and like feeling like a fan or whatever the hell, and like, but I was just watching it on TV. It's just whatever would be on TV because that's how you would experience those shows back then. And like it's never, I feel like it never made it there ever. That was a terrible way to experience shows.
Yeah, syndication is always kind of the worst method of watching television somehow, which is like the way that they make shows for.
Kind of just constantly don't know like what order things take place in and so on.
Which is fair. I mean, shows like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood is like, that's why it's so successful, is because you can just put on any episode and it works.
Like,
So
that's part of why I want to go back and watch Star Trek too, is because like I only ever watched it in like a random order basically.
Oh, yeah, that's probably, you should probably watch
that's
it
how it
not
aired.
like that.
But they made a new Star Trek. There's a new Picard show, and I can't watch it unless I go back and I feel like I need to rewatch Next Generation first because it like is a sequel to a bunch of things that I just don't remember. And I need to refamiliarize myself with what happened throughout the whole thing.
I'm gonna bring in one more freaking guy. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what was
Oh my god, where the fuck did this guy, what's happening? Stop. No. Why?
I had, what?
There's a giant demon called the Brimstone Destroyer that's just showed up. I'm like, why are you here? Go away.
Excuse me, sir.
Fuck.
I would like none of these things.
What the fuck? Why is there a giant legion demon?
I
Where
mean,
did he
that's
come
the threat.
from? Go away. I didn't like that.
Bruh.
Did he just happen to wander up to me? Or is he like being summoned by my warlock item somehow? Like a side effect. Because it's like, he's like, as a warlock, it's a little hard to tell which stuff is themed around me being a warlock and which stuff is themed around the expansion, which is basically the warlock expansion because it's all about demons and legion and so on.
What has the wind?
So it muddies the waters a bit.
Ride the
A
wind.
bit. Those tears are down there. I see. I gotta go to the bottom of the waterfall and do a murder on someone. Yep. Oh god. Heal, heal, heal. Okay.
Aha. Ha, fool, you've come over to me where there are guards. And now you are dead.
Oh, the tears are over here. My bad. I thought the enemies were the tears, but the tears is a glowy bit at the end of the waterfall. I can't click on it. Oh. Not during combat, apparently.
I need to go wherever you are, apparently.
Oop, there we go. Yeah, it's at the bottom of the waterfall under the bridge.
Oh, for the tears.
The Moosh's tears. You just click on the glowy bit, and there you go.
To get to. Oh no! Whoop. God damn! Really? It's not even that far of a fall. Come on.
So many
cowards.
Achievements. Oh, you die?
Yeah, I tried jumping into the water, but I missed a little bit. But it was like that was too far. I was like, it wasn't really.
I jumped on once. I jumped on the high side first, then jumped down from there.
Probably should have done that.
I don't. Based on the situation that is, I think most of the water isn't deep enough for you to land in it like water.
Yeah, I'm
I
noticing.
think it looks like you would just hit the ground, and that doesn't go so well. Gravity bad. Pro tip.
Pro tip: gravity bad.
Tip.
If you can defy it, do it.
Damn.
This message brought to you by humanity. Always working to defy gravity.
Yeah, it's like our most hated thing, really. Fuck
Even
you,
though it's the only
gravity.
thing keeping us alive.
Yeah. That's why we hate it so much.
How
Let me
dare
go.
you?
Release me.
Use you. Some life forms would be honored to have a planet personally try to murder them.
What a challenge. It's good to feel seen. This planet just tries to crush the life out of you.
I appreciate that. That's the level. I feel like that's the level that humans are at now, where they're like, we have no predators, but the planet itself, like.
No, the planet's just giving you a really shitty hug all the time.
Why? Why?
Because it doesn't respect boundaries.
I mean, that's understandable. They're hard to respect sometimes. They're invisible. You don't know a boundary exists until you cross it.
I don't think that's usually the case.
Depends on your personality type.
Many boundaries are advertised.
Not personal ones.
Those perhaps more than most.
Those are the most confusing. Is it your
No.
personal, my personal, both of our personal?
Yes. Be
Because
gone.
if it's my personal, then there is no boundaries. The boundaries are gone.
The boundaries are infinite. Get off planet, please.
If it's my
It's
personal,
mine.
yeah. If it's my personal boundary, then please leave this like entire solar system. I have no need for you.
Mm-hmm.
You're encroaching on my boundary.
This is brought to you by Tanking with Andrew. Huh! The knockback was scary. I almost went into a bad place.
Yeah, that is my tanking methodology.
I almost had to figure out how to get back up here.
What is that? You're so big and hurting me a lot. Come to the guards. They'll hurt you more than I can.
Average wait time 20 minutes.
Holy moly.
Goddamn.
God damn. It's almost like no one's playing this expansion.
Good damn. Is the entire interior of this
Yes.
cave basalt columns, but as a shitty texture?
Oof.
I think it is.
Probably. Who do I gotta kill and how do I kill them? Oh, is it inside this mountain?
Yeah, it's all the way up at the back. You fight a dude. Have fun.
Alright.
Many crystal-backed golems will like to punch you on the way in.
That's why I have my boost. And my heals.
And your play dead.
And my play dead is useful, yeah. But mostly my boost. Watch me walk past you, fool. Going straight for the Wraith Shard.
Level 103. There we go.
Time to die. My powers combined. I am unstoppable.
Have you been watching Worthy Kids, the Worthy Kids clown series?
No, what?
The clown burgers.
No, I have not.
It's beautiful. Worthy Kids started a whole series of like these like, for some reason they have clown like face paint on and stuff, and they
So the juggalos?
and they serve burgers in like a lunch truck.
Oh, yeah. I saw him. I saw them posting about that stuff on Twitter. I forgot to. I didn't realize it came out. Is it out?
Yeah, it's been like a weekly series, and they're really good.
Oh, I haven't even.
There's like 3 episodes.
I haven't gotten there to check. I really need to go there.
Yeah, I thought it was just a one-off thing because he keeps doing these weird posts of like.
Yeah.
He keeps having these weird posts of like the like a bunch of horror monsters, for example, all going into a gas station and stuff like that. And it's like,
Oh
what is
god,
this?
that was so good.
Like so many of these episodes are like, what is this premise? And then it just comes and goes fully formed and then never gets addressed again. You're like, what? So I was surprised. I was surprised when that clown thing came back with a 2nd episode and then a 3rd episode. I'm like, oh, this is a series. And he's doing
the monster thing was so good.
Yeah.
The monster road trip was amazing.
He's doing it as a series with the guys that make the later alligator game, like those animators.
Oh,
so they're all collaborating to make that that clown series. And I'm like, this is fantastic.
Wow.
They're just so nice. And the theme and the theme song feels like stuff from like the Scott Pilgrim movie. It's such good music. It's all so well made because like the Worthy Kids guy, on top of being an animator and everything, he's also a musician. So like the music in his videos he made, I'm like, god damn. Like that fucking that xylophone episode with the whole audience.
Yeah.
Dead. It's like the crowd's dead. Like sleepy crowd. We've dealt with worse. Like no, look. Oh. So skeletons in it. It's like a video that strangely doesn't feel like it has jokes, and yet every second of it's really funny somehow. Like there's something so perfect about the pacing and the dialogue that it's so fucking charming. And then like it has genuinely good music that they make for the videos. It's like, god, this is my favorite channel. Worthy Kids is fantastic.
Probably because we added the xylophone.
Yeah. I've been listening to a lot of Tom Waits lately. He's got all that marimba. It's soulful, it's woody, it's underrepresented in rock music. And then look at the skeletons like, we should have splurged for the full marimba, shouldn't have gone for the xylophone. Should we leave?
They're great.
Yeah. Should we leave? What are they gonna do? I don't know. They're skeletons. They're unpredictable. It's like, what the fuck is this video? It's like, why is this so funny? Why do I keep just hitting replay? Because I did.
That's how I felt with the.
I just kept rewatching it.
I watched that one twice, and then I watched the monster one. I watched like 3 times because I felt like there's so much going on.
Yes. Or like the witch one. The witch one, she gets a date on Tinder, so she needs like blood to make herself young, otherwise her picture on Tinder is like misleading. But she needs, and the other witch is like, I don't know if we should be doing the youth potion anymore. I've heard it's problematic. It's what? It's like it requires the blood of children. No. But they have so much blood, Linda! They have so much blood!
It's the voices, too. They're such good voices.
He was in the most recent Quentin Reviews video.
Oh, really?
Quentin Reviews made a video of a virtual VidCon because there wasn't a VidCon this year for obvious reasons. And at one point he wakes up after a night of sleeping between like the separate days of VidCon, and he wakes up and there's just like the mailman from those old Rankin Bass stop motion videos is just in his bedroom, like staring at him, and he just talks, and he's just talking to him about how he doesn't make Rankin Bass videos anymore and so on, and it's voiced by Worthy Kids. And at first I thought they were just like reusing various clips from the actual Rankin Bass cartoon, but I'm pretty sure Worthy Kids was just actually manually animating it for the entire section while voicing the character. And I'm like, oh, this is elaborate.
That's some like...
There's exactly one channel on the entire YouTube that would make this animation, and it's gotta be Worthy Kids.
You know what I think I like the most about Worthy Kids is it gives me like really old Ego Raptor vibes, where they're just fun. He's just a person making videos for fun. It feels like.
And this stuff just happens.
Yeah, it's just naturally humorous. Where it's not that there's, it's not like it doesn't have to have beats. It just is. And they're naturally
they're
funny.
Like weirdly dense videos where there's just like a bunch of things, a bunch of stuff pops up, and you're like, what is that?
Like I follow his Twitter, and it's so.
Who thought to include that?
Like the fact that he was like, oh, by the way, this like I had to cut out some of this picture, and I made it like I originally made it in color, and like here's the full picture, and I'm like, what?
Like he did that at Rankin.
This is so much detail for something you like trimmed down. Like holy crap!
He did that at Rankin Bass style Adult Swim like mini cartoon. That was just this one. It was like just this like old man that was going to tell you a spooky tale, and then he gets interrupted by his kid wanting to practice with his band, and that's the whole video. There's all these weird details, like one of the band members is a dog for some reason, and it's like, and they're all fully modeled in 3D, and I'm like, I just like, how do you decide what to include in these? And like the sentence, and then you put so much work into those almost seemingly random choices.
There's.
Just a lot sometimes. It's like, damn.
It's nice to note that there's still.
Guys, don't leave me. Oh no. Yep. I was like, I don't think I can get by. I don't have speed boosties.
Yeah, I don't have speed boosties.
Yeah. They were just slowly patrolling over. I'm like, I don't think I can outpace them. I was trying to follow the rest of the party, and I'm like, I can't. Come back.
Oh, damn. Went right into it.
They've got so much blood, Linda. Much blood.
Everyone needs to be subscribed to this channel.
It's a fantastic channel.
It's so fucking good.
It's so fucking good. God, I love.
Oh, what a gem to just find. Of all things, what did I find? Oh yeah, it's like finding this channel was the best thing about Skywalker coming out, because I found this channel because he made that Palpatine video, which is incredible.
It's so weird that like it really says something that like I'm dead.
Yeah, they're gonna be they're gonna be all these gems on the internet, but you only find them out half the time when they like make like a fucking like reference thing.
I meant I was gonna say it's really impressive that we need to get rid of this totem. That we both found this person. We both like genuinely enjoy this person, but neither of us found it from each other, which is did you also die?
Whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize I was still killable at that point. I guess I have something
feel
on
like
me.
is semi a rarity a lot of the times. It's really hard to naturally find stuff at the same time. Like I feel like we both found the channel. We both didn't tell each other about the channel.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just the algorithm. That's the power of the algorithm.
Like yeah, which I guess is.
Like right now, there's a video floating around from a really shitty channel that I don't like, but it's been shared independently in chat like 3 times by different people that all think they're sharing it for the first time, and it's just because it got picked up by the algorithm, and so many people are getting shared this one video over and over again. And it's just the power of the algorithm. So like YouTube just decided that we would both like to have a Worthy Kids animation.
I found mine through Twitter.
Ah.
So I didn't even find his stuff through YouTube.
A different algorithm.
Yeah, that's why I'm so impressed. Where we both found it on different different platforms, but we still
stuff just got shared to you. I'm surprised. Sometimes I'm like, wow, they really have a really specific read on my interests, because like every now and then YouTube will suggest something that's like a 5,000 subscriber channel. I'm like, ooh, I'm getting an exclusive. Nobody knows about this channel yet.
That's
they just know that I specifically
to me.
Want to watch it. So I'll be watching like Lady Knight the Brave or Bread Sword or something.
I had that happen when I went down a rabbit hole of like quasi paranormal videos. So like people who make YouTube videos about paranormal stuff, but not real paranormal stuff. If that makes sense,
that?
Like they're
are they making fictional content, or are they talking about myths, or are they like busting like fake videos, or what do you mean?
So it's like a weird combination of like they're looking at things. So some of them look at like real paranormal stuff with very, very, very gray eyes. Where they're like, I'll leave it up to you to decide. Like, man, your entire video is just about how this is fucking fake. Stop. Like, just be honest with yourself. But a lot of the times it's like they'll take weird Reddit.
They just not want to feel accusatory
or,
about the fact that they're proving it wrong.
Yeah.
So the people that believe in it don't get mad at them.
It is very shallow acceptance of a thing. Just to like make people not upset about it.
I just think about like the vast majority of YouTubers just pussyfoot around so hard around the idea that they might offend people.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Yep. But it's
okay if you believe something else, even though it's wrong.
It's something similar to that, where I was watching a bunch of these things and I started getting recommended like really obscure channels. I was like, what is going on here? Is there some kind of...
Was I supposed to be playing the cup game just now? Okay, I'll just trust these people. I'll just assume they're right.
They weren't.
Oh no. Are they wrong? Well, that's awkward. Were you wrong twice?
Apparently.
Is that what just happened?
I wasn't paying attention. That was my bad.
I didn't know that was coming. I had no idea that was coming, so I didn't know to look for a cup game. I got a couple movements in before I was like, oh wait, they're doing a thing.
Wait a second.
Something's happening here. But if people just go through crazes a little bit, like you have that wave where everybody was simultaneously seeing videos about the Paul is dead conspiracy. And it's like, why is everyone getting these same...
Paul is dead?
Yeah. Paul is dead was the conspiracy that at some point in the Beatles' career, Paul McCartney died and was replaced by a different person.
Oh, yeah, I've seen channels where they talk about weird, like, conspiracy shit like that.
There was a weird spree where, like, I think it might have been you too, or it might not have been you, but it was like me and Stephanie and a few other people all ended up watching Paul is dead videos in like the span of a week from different channels. Because that's just like what YouTube was serving up at the time. I got a kick out of my video I watched because it was like 8 minutes of like all the selling you on the idea, like, oh my god, and then this thing, and like, can you believe this thing? Like, nah, fuck it, this is all stupid. Here's why this was all dumb. And then he just like the mask comes off and he explains why every single thing he just told you was stupid and terrible evidence.
Yeah, that's.
So
the channels
like,
I watch are usually presented in that manner without actually doing the gotcha moment. It just kind of like assumes the audience is smart enough to make.
Like a lot of it's like bad numerology, and it's like a lot of it's easily explained in completely different ways.
Yeah.
But it's dumb shit. Boy, howdy is it.
There's. Yeah, it's interesting. The more like the internet is a pretty big place, and there's a lot of really dumb shit people say on it.
Yep. A lot of people profit from lying.
That is also true.
They make a career out of lying. This is my first time playing this dungeon for real.
What does that mean?
I've been speedrunning it on my rogue, where I just go in solo and I kill them, because the reason why is this worm that just spawned here. This worm gives you like I think 250 high mountain totem, high mountain rep, whatever it is. And so if you're trying to unlock the race, the fastest way technically is to grind this instance over and over again as a level 120 character. So you create a custom group, kill this guy, leave the group, and then it kicks you out, and then also it resets the instance, and then you just go in again over and over again. As fast as possible, because you just have to keep doing it. But I never do it more than a couple times in a row, because I'm like, this is really tedious. Even if it's slow, I'd rather wander around and do like world quests or something. But yeah, I have to walk. I can sprint through the whole dungeon, but every single boss in this dungeon has like a door that locks or something that you can't get past till you beat the boss.
Oh.
So
kind of like
when we jumped up that waterfall at the beginning, and fought that big golem thing that came out or whatever it was, like you have to fight that thing before you can continue in that area. And then a minute ago, that guy that like has like the cup game and everything, there's a bear. He has a force field there, so you can't move forward till you kill him.
Yeah, you can't just quickly run over to this boss, kill it, and
reset. And you can't skip this boss because the hole he's in is how you continue. So this whole place is designed to not let you run past bosses at all. So you have to kill the first 3 bosses.
It appears the treasure you seek will be found on
Then when you kill this guy, you like exit out and go back in. Yeah, there it is. Your chat probably tells you right now that you got 250 rep.
Yep.
And so like that's when you like kill every boss in like 10 seconds. That's pretty fast. That's a pretty fast rep grind. You just keep looping, but it's incredibly horrible of an experience. It's not fun.
Yeah, most rep grinding is not supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be punishment for taking the game that seriously.
Yep. My strategy right now is just to keep an eye on the region, and whenever there is a Nightborn or a High Mountain emissary, then I'll go over and do 4 quests to get the emissary bonus, because the emissary gives you like 1500 rep on top of what you got for the 4 quests. And like an emissary for each individual reputation shows up like once a week. So I'll just pop in for those, then go back to doing whatever the hell else instead in the meantime, instead of grinding it. And it's just a little routine every now and then. I like how they handled emissary stuff too, because on top of coming up on a rotation, it also sticks around for like 3 or 4 days before it gets cleared out. So you don't have to be there the exact day it was available.
That's nice. Yeah, some people have things called like lives.
Yeah. But no, there's another thing that's really tedious right now. Is there's a Nightborn Withered training mission, where you go through this big like pseudo dungeon with an army of like 40 undead dudes around you, and you basically just try to keep. Oops! I've made a horrible mistake.
You've started a boss fight, you monster.
I'm a fool. I'm an absolute fool.
Oof.
I've made a big mistake.
Oh god, our tank died.
That's not good. No, that's not our tank.
Oh, our other DPS died. Never mind.
Yeah.
But I'm also dying. Shit.
That was a big mistake.
It's okay. We got this. Oh, I'm gonna take this guy.
Oh shit.
Oh boy. That's a lot of damage. Yep. Oh, our healer was dead. That's why.
Yeah.
Did you give him a thing?
Yeah. At some
Oh,
point.
that's why he came back.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what? How did he just come back? Well,
that's a little unnecessary.
that's toxic.
Yeah. It's a little overkill. Also, don't tell them that I did that. I think I did that. I might be wrong, actually.
I don't know.
Well, we were just in the open area, and I just realized,
Oh, buddy.
like, oh, a guy's running towards me. I wasn't generally trying to pull or anything. But so then I genuinely don't know if he pulled to me or if it was something else, and it just felt like he was coming towards me. But I definitely saw him coming, and I was like, oh no. This isn't
that's
good.
a boss.
Like, I haven't generally been trying to pull the mobs at any point. But I also definitely had a moment where I was like, okay, this guy's next, right? And I look over and I see, like, the tank fighting completely different people over to the right. I'm like, uh-oh. But I don't remember if I pulled the guy myself or not. It's like, uh-oh. 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 It's okay.
Was bad.
It's okay. It'll all be over in about 30 seconds and we'll never see these people again. I don't have to live in the shame. Everyone has mobility buttons but me. It makes me
That
sad.
guy's on a mount. That is pretty nifty, though.
He's not on a mount, is he? Isn't he just a raptor?
There's someone riding on him.
Oh yeah. He's a druid and someone rode on him. That seems rude.
All right.
There's something very funny about people being able to transform into mounts and then other people just jump on them. Like, huh. Alright.
That's I think CeeLo has a mount like that. Like he has a dragon mount where it's like, just hop on. I'm like, what?
A common one I see is that that one purplish like panther with wings.
Oh,
a lot of people have that mount, and you can mount that, and it's flying.
A lot of people get them from the what's it called? I think they give you one of those mounts if you do the friendship thing. Oh, that guy does not like me.
Oh yeah, they might.
This one reminds me of
What do I do about the eyeball thing? Do I just keep running from it?
If it's focused on you, run behind the wall.
Ah. And then he like gets stuck on it?
No, he just can't shoot you through it.
Ah.
And then you eventually kill him.
We'll get
and then
him.
you just focus on this nasty man.
We funnily enough got the instance that's the region we were already playing in.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it actually felt really seamless. It took me a second to realize that the dungeon
It's all
had started.
like
'Cause I was
thematic
wait.
and shit. I have to hide. Oh, that just broke.
Ooh.
Oop, there goes our tank. What happened there?
Not too sure.
Uh-oh.
He's okay though. He'll die.
He got rezzed by the healer.
Yeah. Our other DPS is still dead though. Oh no.
Yeah.
Right, bud.
Woo! There's Navarog, our buddy.
Ooh.
I don't think we've met him yet in this playthrough, but Navarog is just there throughout this region a lot. He's like our best buddy. We're such good friends.
The hammer reclaimed. The Grogbar are broken. Now begins the long task of reuniting our tribes.
I always need them to not identify the fact that I fucked it up.
The power of the
They
man
don't need to
care.
know.
is broken.
And he was like, fuck you, whoever did that.
Now there are other family matters that require.
Did he say that?
Yeah, no, in chat, he was not happy.
we meet, it is under
The tank was not
more
happy.
circumstances.
I don't.
Like,
Where the
all
fuck
right.
did he say that?
Mistakes happen. Sometimes it's me, sometimes it's other
Where did he
people.
say that?
In chat, it's not a mystery.
No, I know. I'm looking for it.
Oh,
Trying to look for where.
I didn't even get a level from that, I don't think.
I did not either.
That's so weird.
Oh, fuck you, whoever did that.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Like, chill out. We're in the level range where the cost of repairs is like 5 gold.
This is wow. If you take even a second longer than the intended
die on
amount
my
of time.
I think if I die on my rogue, it costs like 100 gold.
God.
It's disgusting. It's so expensive to die on my rogue, and it's so inexpensive to die on this character.
Well, I mean, your gear is not really great on this character.
No. I'm item level 146, and my rogue is like level 467.
Wow, I'm only at level 140.
Yeah.
I need some better gear.
The current expansion is like... They do a thing where they reserve like a huge range of numbers for the current expansion, but they squish all the old content down to a really narrow range. You feel like you have a feel for like how quickly level up works and so on, and they get to the current expansion, it's like fucking gain 300 item levels. It's like, oh, jeez. Seemed unnecessary.
I level 141.
Damn.
Coming up in the world.
Hardcore.
I have a lot of quests to turn in.
Cutscene. And for another. Oh, I'm in the cutscene this time. Let's do. Grrr. It is I, the Tauren who killed many a legion. Whenever they do this, where I play a special character, it's just like it basically is just like mash a bunch of buttons.
Just make them dead.
Whenever they give you a hero character, like you're playing Dota, it's like, all right, I got 3 buttons. I'll just run into the enemies and hit all of them.
What are they gonna do? Kill me? I'm a plot.
Because usually it's like you're playing some sort of cartoonish hero that one-shots things, so whatever,
Yeah.
like whatever. There's not much thinking to do. It's like whatever. You got like a vehicle basically. It does kill. You have kill button, other kill button, and heal button maybe. And if there's a heal button, then it's extra point. It's extra easy. You don't have to think about it at all.
God, you can charge enemies?
You here too? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm mostly just using the charge to both get around and to kill. Things just
Oh my
die.
God. There were just like 4 enemies stacked in each other.
Yep. Yeah, I feel like I was supposed to run around for a bit or something, but I just instantly got like 25 because they just all were on me. All right. Done with that. I'll rescue a moose. Wait, I'm rescuing a moose, and I'm a Tauren.
Huh?
Oh yeah. Whoa! Okay. Yep. Okay. This is the. Is this the origin of how like Malfurion created the high totems, or high mountains?
Probably.
Like I was just a regular Tauren, but I'm holding the high mountain. I'm like, hang on a minute. If I'm high mountain, why do I look like Tauren? And then I just got the moose antlers. I'm like, oh, okay. There's like an origin legend of him rescuing a moose and then becoming part moose, which is a little distressing and body horror-y actually, but okay. I'd be a little offended if I just got fucking modified on the fly into a new species.
I mean, it's probably fine.
It's his origin story. That's why he's so cool.
He wanted
hang on a minute.
That's
hang
what
on a
heroes
minute.
do.
Did he? I'm not paying full attention, but did he consent to this?
Remember what we talked about, personal boundaries?
I feel like Night Elf just did some genetic modification on me. I became a GMT. Genetically modified Tauren.
I like how the character camera for the guy that's telling the story is just his belly for me.
Oh yeah, no, it's not framed right.
I love it.
I'm seeing that too. It's very odd, but yeah, you're just staring at like vaguely at his belly and crotch as he like animates. It's like, all right, I tried.
It is good to see you on this
Furbolgs. These guys are fun. The weird little angry bear people.
Oh my god.
I haven't seen one of them for a while.
Next one is on you.
They had that infamous rep grind in Vanilla WoW.
Shadow Song had one
It's up there with like the gnolls, which you see less and less.
Oh yeah, gnolls are kind of falling out of favor.
Yeah. I don't know if they ever redid them for the new graphics. They might just be quarantined to old zones. But like you remember the horror. Especially if you played those zones at all during classic WoW when they brought it back. Where it's like, fuck. The Gnoll zones are horrifying, like in Red Ridge. Where it's like there's just there's so fucking many of them, and if you do an accidental pull of just one too many, you die. As most classes. And they're the most dense little groups. And so whenever you get a quest to kill a Gnoll boss, it's like, okay, so that's impossible without friends. There's always at least 2 people nearby, and it's like you can't handle all of them. And you just hear that. It's like, no. Because you'll hear it like,
no.
You hear that creepy little cackle like 3 times at once, and you're like, no, it's too many. They're coming. Like the sounds get seared into your brain. They're like death girdle. Death noise.
We did it.
We did it.
We showed him.
High mountain stairs.
I really get a kick out of the fact that the center of their city is a giant drum.
It's a giant totem.
It's a giant drum though. Like you can jump around on it and it makes noises.
Oh.
It's the silliest stuff. Just really like percussion around here. They're enthusiasts.
Yeah. There are people who know what they want.
Now we must collect the ceremonial drums, which there are many of. So this is gonna take a while.
I am returning. How goes the drum hunt?
There's a lot of drums where I am. A lot of drums.
There are many. I think I remember going upstairs and finding a lot more.
Yeah, you can find plenty if you just
I've done this
go
quest
anywhere.
like 4 times.
Wow. It's a lot of drums.
There's my old priest, my rogue, me, right now, as Mr. Pimp Hat.
It's a good hat.
It's a good hat. I have no idea where these transmogs come from.
Random armor. Oh god.
We just did Neltharian's lair, right? Let's see. Oopsie.
Yes. Or wait. Sorry, I need to look up a little bit more. I don't actually know. I do not see the thing anymore.
Oh yeah. Earn the achievement Neltharian's lair. I guess I should have just looked at my achievements too. That would have been pretty useful.
Oh yeah, you just look at most recent.
Yup. Yup.
Yup.
Give me elevator. I need it. Elevator.
Kill him with fire.
What are you fighting? What you doing?
Drum people.
Yep.
Whoa.
I remember when I was trying to max out every reputation I could find in the current content. Because one of the first ones I started maxing out when I got to revered as or whatever was there are just drum people around. They're stealing the drums.
They're stealing the drums.
The I got Voldenai, I think, to like revered, and they gave me a 30 slot bag. I'm like, oh, here's how you get the bags, which makes sense because that's how you get some of the bags when you're in like the earlier content, like getting exalted. I think with various vanilla WoW groups gives you like that group's bag, and they're like 16 slot or something, I think. But no, the Voldenai are the only faction that gives you a 30 slot bag. No other faction in the current content does it. And then I found out you can just buy 30 slot bags at the auction house because people just can make them. I was like, oh shit. I thought this was like a situation where like the best bags are locked behind a rep grind. That just made intuitive sense to me, and it wasn't true at all. There's a lot of weird stuff going on with the content. Like you know, like you get used to the fact that the old content is of like old expansions is full of like a bunch of like completely pointless shit that doesn't do anything anymore, like class halls and like your garrison. But like those are the old expansions. But I was playing the new expansion and I got to the Atlantis region. There's a whole region that's basically Atlantis. Like the ocean opened up and it revealed this city, and Greymane was very shocked in that cutscene. But you get a special new type of gear called benthic gear, and with benthic gear you get these like mana spring pearls or whatever they're called from the region, and like those pearls, when you get them, like if you get enough of them, you could make the benthic gear go up by 5 item levels. You can keep getting them get better and better. I'm like, oh cool, it's upgradable gear. That's an interesting idea. And so I start doing the grind. I'm like, wow, it's taking a lot of resources for me to get these like pants to any kind of decent level, but I'll keep going. And then they capped out. And I'm like, what? That's the highest they get to? And it was weaker than most of my gear. I'm like, wait. And I realized like, oh, this is already outdated content. Even though it's like the bonus region that they added later to the expansion, the rewards for it are already so outdated that they're pointless. And it's like, oh, there's a whole progression system in the current expansion that serves no purpose, because like just doing daily quests will give you like better like gear rewards than this entire progression system that's still here and feels completely outdated and like a relic, even though it's the current expansion's content. It's really strange.
High mountain stands.
It's amazing how quickly content in WoW gets outdated and pointless. It's true for the current content too. And it's not even like the idea of like, oh, like tier 3 armor and tier 4 armor, like there's a progression to it, right? It's like, no, but by the time you have to do like all these quest chains to even unlock the special like Atlantis Island. And by the time I finally unlocked it, I already was higher level than the max. My gear was already higher level than the maximum gear level you can make benthic gear be.
Yeah.
So my gear had outleveled the entire region before I ever set foot in it, and I had not done raids. It was just the normal PvE content that I was encountering before then got me there. So at this point, there's just very, very, very long quest chains you can go on just for the sake of it, basically. In the modern expansion, that's just like these really long storylines, then unlocking a new region, then more cutscenes, then a new region, then more cutscenes.
Is that not what you like to do, though?
But
isn't doing pointless endeavors all that make WoW so special?
Yeah. But if you don't do it all Ethel water-wise, do I have to go back to that place earlier, I think? But like if you weren't here the whole time watching, then like you can't really piece together what order this content came out in. So it gets really confusing trying to figure out like I was talking to earlier about how like it's really hard to tell who's on what team half the time when you play through all the expansions, because like 1 minute Malfurion's on your team and the next one he's the enemy, because it's like, it's the Port and Alliance are mad again. But like in the current expansion, I'm getting whiplash because I'll be like, I'll be doing one timeline where Bane Bloodhoof is like doing secret liaisons with Jaina Proudmoore, and they're like sad about the old days when the Horde and the Alliance were on their way towards something greater and so on, and they're like building a new alliance and everything. And then I go out with my guild and we do a raid where we're fighting Jaina Proudmoore, and I'm like, I don't know the timeline. I'm so confused. And Jaina Proudmoore's pulling out some next level like Elsa shit. Like, it's like Jaina Proudmoore is a fucking nightmare of a boss fight. It's terrifying.
I haven't done it yet.
It's so much. It's oh my goodness. It's so much, man. Like, I've played, at this point I've done the entire Cthulhu raid, and there's a few rough-ish boss fights in there, and it's a bit, it's not too bad. It's just interesting. But Jaina Proudmoore is so next level difficult that I straight up do a double take where I'm like, I don't, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, it's so complicated that you can't even try to read an explanation for it because you'll be genuinely confused about what's going on. I lost the thread of this. Did you ever do the Moosey's reunion where you reunite Ethel Waterwise with her family? I lost the track of where it started or something, and I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna move on, I think. Do it later. I think I remember doing this quest, but I can't process it right now. And while we're doing other shit. But God, I wonder if I could even explain what a fucking nightmare this boss fight is. But like, she's on a pirate ship, which is already a little weird. She's on a pirate ship because like the idea is you just did like the Battle of Zandalar or whatever, like the capital of the current expansion for Horde. And I've never actually played any of that instance so far, because every single time I ever get in a Jaina Proudmoore raid, all I get to see is the Jaina Proudmoore part, because people like save the dungeon midway through and just fight that one boss or something, which I'm not used to that mechanic really, but that's a thing apparently.
Yeah.
So we keep just fighting Jaina Proudmoore. So I haven't done the Battle of Zandalar before, but the final boss is Jaina Proudmoore, and she's on a pirate ship because she's already fleeing the boss fight. She's like the final boss after the whole thing's over. And after fleeing, it's like so you initiate the fight with her, and like she has a bunch of ads, and those ads will like bring will drop fire bombs that have to be physically picked up and thrown off the bow of the ship, or they'll like detonate on the team and create like a fire pit and stuff like that. But simultaneously, there's a bunch of turrets, like ballistas along the sides of the ship, and people have to man those to shoot the incoming boarding parties to stop them from joining the fight. Meanwhile, the fight is happening, and like she'll periodically do a giant knockback in a given direction, and everyone has to dodge it or they'll get knocked off the ship. And then she casts avalanche on random people, and whoever has avalanche, they have like a ice meteor landing on them every second for like 10 seconds, so they have to run around in a big circle, and two people get avalanche at the same time, so they have to avoid the other person who has avalanche, because if they follow in the other person's, like they're moving continuously so they don't get hit by the incoming meteors that are chasing them.
Yeah, but if they follow in each other's, then they'll get hit by the meteors.
So the two of them have to take two different paths, or they'll get hit by each other's meteors, and they also have to make sure they don't wipe the party, so they don't stay in the group when it happens, and so on. But then while this is happening, her ice level keeps getting stronger. The arena keeps getting colder. So as the arena gets colder, you have to be within a radius. Your like local radius has to have X number of allies in it, or you start building up these like freezing stacks on yourself, which make you move continuously slower, and you can only remove them by going into fire. And when she gets into her like final state and she's in like super mode, it gets next level intense, where like you straight up have to have like 5 people within huggable range, or else you'll freeze to death and turn into a giant ice block and then be just kicked out of the fight. Like, people have to physically bust you out of the ice block in order to save you. Otherwise, you just will completely sit out the rest of the fight. Like, it doesn't expire. But like, when you're in an ice block, you're not counting towards the total of how many people are in the radius. So one person ice blocking makes it harder for everyone else not to ice block. And this is why this is all while you're still fighting her. But then you get like, then she has like she has a certain health threshold if she teleports somebody and does a giant ice nova. And And when the ice nova happens, you have to be standing in fire, or you'll get frozen in place. So you have to specifically jump in the fire, but you have to only jump in the fire at the right moment, because if you're in the fire continuously, then it exponentially increases how much damage the fire does.
Oh,
like the fire
okay.
has a ramp up where it doesn't just do damage over time, it does more damage every second.
Yeah.
So you do not want to stand in the fire for any amount of time. And also the fire is only caused by like dynamite and like various artillery strikes that happen differently every single fight. So you have to like figure out where the artillery strikes are and so on. But that's all
like
just
bosses like that though.
It's a lot, but that's all just phase 1.
Yeah, I mean, I like that was one of the things I loved about Final Fantasy Online was 14 had some like fucking insane boss fights that you had to know so many detailed mechanics to do, but it felt really cool doing it because it felt like I was getting a raid boss without the shitty parts of the raid, which is the raid dungeon.
What we really struggled with was there's 2 main phases basically, but in between those 2 phases is the transition, and we could not figure it out. We're playing with a group that like once upon a time this was like a farmable boss for them, but they're trying to like relearn the fight with their current cast members because it's technically old content, but I think they're doing it for the fact that it drops like a rare mount. You get like a water elemental mount. But I'm just there for the experience because I'm like, what's this crazy ass boss fight? But in the transition, our pirate ship gets within range of another pirate ship, kind of, but not that much in range. It's like hundreds of meters off, and she freezes a giant path between the 2 of them in the middle of the ocean, and that becomes like the playable area, is the frozen area. And so you run along this ice, and it's colder than ever, so you have to be crowding on people. There's a dense fog, so you can't see very far. And what you have to do is your team has to split into 2 groups, and one of you takes the left path and one of you takes the right path, because in order to get to the next phase, you have to kill all of these like copies of Jaina that are everywhere. And each of them is shooting out these like white projectiles on the ground in like a bullet hell pattern, like those spinning lines that you see in like a bullet hell, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like a bunch of like particles that are all shooting out in straight lines, but they're also rotating their source so that they get like a curve to it. So you have to dodge all of those projectiles while not getting, and if you get hit by any one of them a single time, you're instantly an ice block and your group has to panic and break you out of the block or you're fucked. But also this whole time you're moving on this path on the left and right side, and like you've split your raid into half of a group, so it's harder than ever to maintain the minimum number of people to not freeze. And you all have to move as one group through the entire hallway, because if you spread out at any moment, then you freeze. And so then you're dodging these projectiles as a group, because if anyone gets hit by them, they freeze, and everyone has to like panic and break them out before they freeze too, because everyone needs like each other's body heat to survive. And so you're doing all of this while trying to kill these like clones of Jaina that are shooting these projectiles out, because once they're all dead, that phase ends and the real phase 2 begins, where you can fight the real Jaina. But then that one gets next level fucking nuts, because this whole frozen area you're in is completely covered, not covered, there's like 6 like explosive TNT barrels around the area, and those are the only source of fire, but they're frozen. So you have to unfreeze them, and what happens is somebody in the party will get targeted by an artillery strike, and they have to intentionally run to the TNT, and that'll cause the artillery strike to hit the TNT, which doesn't actually make it set off, but it thaws it so people can attack it. And then when you want to create a fire area so everyone can clear the stacks of their debuff that's like trying to make them freeze, everyone can then run into the fire. And so you have to pull off this all this transition when you're on the tail of that huge transition you did in the middle. We had to run here as groups, and like every time we could not make it. We could not make it through the transition into phase 2, because that big run where you kill all the clones while in low visibility, while if anyone like deviates from the path at all, they freeze to death. We could not get through that phase without half the party being a bunch of ice blocks.
Really?
And then we just wipe. Like we did it. We were doing it so many times. And then
That's surprising, given
we finally got like one.
They're familiar with it, right?
Yeah, but I think it's also like kind of alt groups and so on that weren't necessarily the original raiders. At this point, it's not. At this point, Jaina's not progression. Like the Cthulhu dungeon is the progression dungeon, so the Jaina is just like for people that want to try to get the mount. That drops from Mythic Jaina.
Gotcha.
So it's like it's kind of the B team and so on, and it's also like people like me that are just kind of willing to show up for it, but don't know what they're doing yet. And phase.
I mean, you sound like you're semi-aware.
I've done it for hours.
Yeah, that's.
I've only seen a proper run on phase 2 once, where we got pretty far, and I couldn't really even begin to explain to you what's happening there because I was just flying by the seat of my pants and trying to avoid damage zones and trying to figure out what's happening. But we made it pretty far, and then I had to sit out raiding last week because of I was trying to binge The Last of Us, and then they ended up beating her. I'm like, fuck. So after recording a bunch of, because I've been recording this whole time, because just in case I end up doing anything with the footage, after recording like 3 weeks, I think, of like failed attempts at killing Jaina, they then downed her when I wasn't there. I'm like, damn it. Oh. That's a tough fucking fight. But,
nothing is worse than like
we'll be able to meet up on Tuesdays now because they're canceling Tuesdays.
Oh.
Yeah, now it's just gonna be Wednesdays. I think it's because they figured out how to down Jaina, that now they're just gonna kill the final boss of the Cthulhu dungeon and then kill Jaina like each Wednesday. And that's just gonna be like their quick little thing. And that's like because rating's petering out because they've long since beaten the final dungeon of this expansion.
Oh, okay.
They're just waiting for the new expansion to come out. Sorry, what was that?
No, I was saying nothing's worse than like being in a guild where you're trying to like overcome a hard boss and then it just happens off screen where it's like,
yeah, like somebody else like you miss it and it's like, oh,
like all these time.
It's
the worst one. The worst one is when you're farming for a drop and everyone else gets the drop without you being there.
Yeah.
And you're like, cool.
Yep, I lived through progression of the entirety of Burning Crusade, and yep. It's certainly memorable, but also not heavily recommended. It's weird, like I'm recording it just because out of habit, but at the same time I'm like, this is both so thrilling and at the same time incredibly boring. It's really hard to explain. And it's like, and you're like, I don't know if I should make any kind of video content out of this. Like, it's just WoW raids. Like, it's hours and hours and hours. I'm also not doing commentary because I'm trying to be a responsible raider and give it my full attention and everything. Because trying to make a show out of it just makes me bad at the thing. And
yeah.
Then I'm just like, that's not a good way to make yourself welcome in a guild. It's like basically throwing because you're multitasking. You think, I'm gonna try to make a wacky show out of this.
Yeah.
There's also one member of my guild that sounds exactly like Drewby from The Grind, and it's fucking with me so hard.
I don't know what that voice sounds like.
Did you ever watch the Grind, the Machinima series for WoW?
No.
I used to watch it so much.
I think Red vs. Blue was the only machinima I've ever watched in my entire life.
Dang.
It just didn't appeal to me. Red vs. Blue was funny, but every time I watched any other machinima, I was like, nah, just doesn't hit the same way. Something about Red vs. Blue just worked for me.
I was on the WoW Machinima like website, just watching specifically WoW Machinima all the time. I think it might have been before YouTube. I don't remember, but I wasn't so much like a YouTube person. So like it was like what I would watch all day was WoW Machinima on that website. Before
YouTube, I was watching anime music videos all the time. So that was my life. Was watching AMV.org, Sasuke v Naruto.
I still remember watching like The Grind and the illegal Danish and Oxhorn's shorts and so on.
That's where
I have the memory of that stuff, like that like the internet is for porn being done as a internet video, but the video was a WoW Machinima. Like that was my introduction to Avenue Q, was people like doing machinima over a song essentially.
I think there's one WoW machinima I watched, which was like something. It was like some kind of something's betrayal or something like that. I just remember like the end. I just remember it was like a gnome or something. They're like a gnome and their best friend, and they were like,
there was Snacky. Snacky the gnome was a series.
It wasn't a series. It's just a one-off video.
It was like a gnome
one-off.
and a night elf lady.
Oh no, this was like two gnomes, and they were bestest of friends, and like something. It was like something stupid about like he joined a different faction than him. And he was like, oh no, I lost my friend. Like, we'll never, like, not actual, like, horde or alliance. It was like in the game, they had a mini faction. It was it was like the Nightborn people. There was like the faction that was, I don't know. In any case, it was really funny narration. And I remember the ending line was like, I called his mom, and he told me he went back to EverQuest. it's like that is such a somber ending.
I used to watch a WoW AMV.
A WoW AMV.
I think it was called Eternal Legend or something like that, and it had like a character that looked exactly like my rogue. And yeah, it was like a female vocals like Japanese song is playing, and it's like very much like a very dramatic like anime intro, but it's all WoW machinima.
Anime intro, but WoW machinima.
Yeah, it was pretty hype.
I mean, most anime intros are pretty hype.
I think it's my oldest favorite on YouTube or something. Like way back to when I was a teenager.
I do
was
remember.
I ever allowed to be one of those?
You know what? I think I did watch.
I can't leave here.
I did remember watching EverQuest machinima, but only when they were songs of a specific guy who made music for, or like would make parody music for EverQuest.
Yeah.
Like he made. I remember the one song that always stuck in my head is "Train to the Zone," because in EverQuest you could pull enemies. And they didn't have a they didn't have a limit of when they would stop chasing you. So people would literally, what
could go wrong?
And EverQuest, unlike WoW, had zones you had to load to go into. So if you wanted to go into like the next region, you had to load that region first. And so people would train to the zone, meaning they would carry all of these mobs to the end of a loading area, and all of those mobs would then immediately disperse and attack anything within a radius.
Because they didn't have like a leashing mechanic.
No, there was no leashing mechanic.
Anything.
Yeah, and so there's just like a song about someone doing that, and like people being upset with them and hating them. Now. It's just like train to the zone. It's a train.
I do vaguely weirdly miss being like so obsessively part of a specific community that you get start absorbing like all of the weird parody media around that game and so on.
Yeah,
like for a while there was like a level 70 elite Tauren chieftain, like the metal band that would do parody songs like Rogues Do It From Behind and I Am Murloc.
I love that kind of stuff though.
And then you had like the Stop Dots guy, and you had Leroy Jenkins, and you had all these bizarre viral videos.
Leroy Jenkins, God. Alright guys, we're gonna just go in. We've got the Leroy Jenkins. Did he just run in?
He just run in?
All right, let's go. Let's do it, guys.
Oh no, things are coming.
Yeah, it's weird too, because I see, I don't know, I always feel like I'm one step behind that sort of fandom, I guess you could call it. Like I feel like I always am, oh, that sounds cool, but now it's gone. I'm too late.
Like WoW machinimas are why I got Sony Vegas.
Yeah,
I just remember back in the day, every single
those.
video in the description says that would say that it was edited in Sony Vegas 6.0. Just every time.
Wait a second.
Now we're on like 15.
It's not even Sony Vegas anymore.
No, it's Magic's Vegas.
Yeah.
But like there's some really impressive stuff. Like what I liked about the grind was on top of being funny, at least at the time. It had a lot of like impressive edits where I was just like, whoa, how did you do that with videos? How did that even work and stuff like that? So I was always curious like how they were pulling things off with their weird edits. And they had some really fun, they had some gags that were like background things I always dug. Like they had remember that night elf raiding arm, not the night elf, the warrior raiding armor that looks like a can opener in like vanilla
Oh,
WoW?
yeah.
Like they have a night elf running around in that warrior armor that looks like a ridiculous can opener, and every time he moves, every single step has like a clomp, 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 clomp of like a metallic stomp to it and so on. Like every single time
he did like foley.
Whenever he moves on character, there's foley that just to sound to recreate what he sounds like. And like blood elves have night elves have that idle animation where they kind of like look left and right and stuff like that. Like they kind of look around.
Yeah.
It's like whenever he did that, you hear like this like of the like a hinge.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like something like it's like when the Tin Man needs oil in Wizard of Oz. There's so many weird details. There's a great little.
I bet you that was some guy's college project. Like he probably
was just dedicated to it. Yeah. And there was one of my favorite jokes was this gag where this guy just comes back from a break and he's just like, his friend's like, you got one of them wireless microphones? Really good one? Yeah? Why? No reason. And it like flashes back like 1 minute ago, and you just hear like his character's just standing still, and you just hear him like as like there's just this trickle in the background, and you just hear him taking a piss. And everyone's just staring at him, and he doesn't know that they're all hearing it.
Yeah.
It's just followed by and then it's just followed by a weird like plop noise. Like, whoa, what was that? It's just like this is such a great little dumb moment of like that fear of like, is my mic on? Or like it makes me afraid of wireless microphones. Like that you'll just take it away with you. It's like what people talk about is happening right now in Zoom calls.
Oh God.
Where, like,
I actually did.
Are fucking up and not realizing that they're broadcasting stuff. It's like really embarrassing.
I did that. I had like a one-on-one with my boss, and after we were just on Teams, and after I was done, or after we were done with the call, I thought I hung up, but I was on my phone, and it like did some weird freak out where it closed the window, but the call didn't actually end. It just closed the window for some reason. When I pressed the cancel, close the call, and I had to end the call early because there was some kind of technical issue that something broke. And so for like 5 minutes, my boss listened to me as I was just being super angry at this program. Just like, what a fucking shitty like piece of fucking shit. Who the fuck designed this? Like, do you get paid to fucking do this? Like, this is a fucking terrorist attack.
He got to hear stream it. He got to hear stream Andrew.
My boss is like, wow, you're really composed considering how mad you are when you're not on a microphone. I was like, oh shit.
You got a special treat.
Yeah, it like gave him a new appreciation for how, like, I guess mellow I am when things are going bad. Where he sees what I'm like when I'm not around people.
A beautiful moment.
Yeah, I just specifically remember being like, after doing all of that,
that's my fear, is like being broadcast when I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough.
I think this was a few years ago, I think, but like, you know how in Discord you can join voice chat accidentally, basically, because it's just one little click and you're in voice chat, and there's not like a lot of feedback that you even joined it. So if you weren't paying attention and like the click was accidental, like you were just clicking like on the window for a second or something and not trying to click into the voice chat, you could just be in it.
Yeah.
I think that happened at one point, because there was, I think at one point, like, I woke up in the morning and like I rendered my stuff overnight, like my videos and things, and so I get back to my computer after I wake up in the morning, and I look at Discord and I'm in the voice chat, and I was like, was I just sitting here in voice chat all night?
People are listening to you snore and shit.
Yeah, like, did I broadcast me snoring or anything? Like, I don't know. Like, I have like no idea, but I think I was just sitting here in Discord.
I would love to.
I don't know what to do with that.
I wonder if there are. There has to be like sleepy streams where people are just sleeping on a stream.
Aren't you not allowed to sleep on stream or something?
So you can't do that on Twitch, but YouTube doesn't like. I don't think YouTube has a rule about it. I think you can just keep streaming as long as you're, you know.
Yeah, I don't know what their rules are.
I don't think you can show any, like, you can't show any kind of like. One, it has to be consensual, obviously. Like, you can't be showing someone else sleeping. But I think there's, do not recommend infringing on other people's rights. But I don't think there's like any rule for YouTube where you have to constantly interact with the audience like Twitch has. Like, that's Twitch's policy around it, is just saying like, oh, you have to always be interacting.
Have you done this crossed sword thing on the map yet?
No.
Let's do that.
Okay.
It's worth 47,000 experience.
That's a lot of experience.
Yep. I think that's the only one of those. Like, there was a bunch of them in the last expansion, but I think that's the only one in this region.
I am currently killing Rashar. So
we got separated for a while because I got stuck in like a hallucination cave.
Yeah, I accidentally did that,
and I kind of got lost trying to figure out how to leave too. And I got locked in there for a bit. Whoop-de-doodle.
It's a fun time.
Yep.
Oh shit! My shale spider, you bitch.
But yeah, I think our proper raiding experience will be after the new expansion comes out. Assuming they have space and everything.
There's another expansion.
Yeah. Assuming they have space and everything, we'll get to be part of progression.
Actually, I recently bought a new computer. Just have to wait for it to get here. So I am excited. No more Overwatch issues.
Yeah. Whatever the fuck that stuff was.
I don't know what the fuck it is, but no more of those. I promise you.
Done with that.
Solved it with money. We're not gonna keep hunting.
Nothing like a performance problem just ruin competitive games.
Yeah, that's not really. It's not really helping me increase my skill.
Yeah, it pretty fundamentally screws you. Maltha Silent Hoof. How she make him silent?
It is a day for
impressive.
I don't think you want to know.
Does she rap him?
Oh god. Sleeping. Okay, I'm almost there.
That was the big thing, is like specifically like Tauren cannot be rogues was the whole thing because they've got hooves. So like Tauren and Draenei don't get to be rogues.
That's kind of, I don't know about that one.
I mean, there's a lot of
flopping all over the place.
Yeah, there's a lot of race class restrictions anyway. Like, I remember when it used to be the only universal class in the game was warrior. Absolutely everyone could be a warrior, and then they added blood elves, and they could not be warriors. I don't know if they've added warrior to blood elves now, but at launch they were the first ever class that couldn't be warriors, which is hilarious because gnomes were warriors. You could be a gnome warrior main tank, no problem, which is hilarious. Something
does seem off about that notion.
Yeah.
I guess probably because maybe that's something about their lore. Is that night elves just can't, maybe they can't go into rage? Yeah. Like,
well, night elves could be warriors. It was just blood elves.
Or blood elves.
They're too pretty. they can't wear plate armor. They're too busy looking like I do. Look, I do.
Just like me.
I'm going to finish this
can
before
goblins
you
be
even
warriors?
Get here. Maybe, I don't remember.
That's impressive.
Didn't really check every configuration. I mean, they might have added blood elves by now, but that was I just remember specifically that standing out to me at launch. Because there was two surprises when they added Draenei and blood elves. One was that suddenly there were no longer the two factions no longer had exclusive classes.
Right, because there's like shamans or something was only available for Horde or something, right?
Yeah, shaman was Horde only, and paladins were Alliance only.
That's right.
It's like I think dwarves. Yeah,
that's racist.
There was two dwarves. Oh god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die if the tank doesn't accept it right now. Oh, I'm okay. My pet died and I was getting attacked.
Hurry.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, this guy is
Yeah, I have a Shara. I remember thinking this was neat, this place.
This guy's gotta go fast.
If I remember correctly, night elves and gnomes could not be paladins, but humans and dwarves could. But then of the horde of races, 3 of them could be shamans. It's just undead couldn't be. But you could be a Tauren, troll, or orc shaman.
I mean, undead not being able to be a shaman.
Yeah, it's about right.
Yeah, makes sense.
But then, yeah, the first expansion came out and there was 2 surprises. One was that Draenei could be shamans while Blood Elves could be paladins. It's like, what? But the other one was the weirdness of that Blood Elves couldn't be warriors. I'm like, what? That was the one universal class that everyone could be, and suddenly there's an exception. That was always the one, that was like the quirk about warriors, is like everyone has a bunch of really specific rules about what they were allowed to be. And there was always like all these different, you had to look at a fucking spreadsheet to figure out how you wanted to distribute your races and classes and whatnot, but then suddenly, you get to warrior, and it's just like, everyone. Like, no matter what character you pick, on the left side of the screen, the right side of the screen that shows the class selection, the top option is always warrior, followed by everything else, until Blood Elves.
Ooh, this guy is also a hunter.
Got 2 hunters?
Yeah.
Dang. Now I'm the weird one. A Death Knight tank and a Panda Shaman. I mean, Shaman Healer. Not Panda Shaman. It is a Panda Shaman though, but yeah. I didn't know pandas could be shamans.
Yeah.
Now there's so many classes and races and whatnot, that's just hard to keep track of things.
Well, someone is not playing their class correctly. I don't see no interrupts going out there, bud. Hunter, you could interrupt any of these. Okay.
Nah.
Nah. I was waiting for mine to...
We don't do a pay attention.
But he's just Hunter. He just pressed the buttons. Oops.
I mean, that's definitely how I've been DPSing as my Hunter. I'm just pressing buttons.
Nah, there's a rotation.
I super don't have one. I'm also playing as a Beastmaster.
I am too.
Oh yeah, maybe that was the thought I forgot earlier. I was talking about the fact that I was doing this big convoluted dungeon for the Nightborn, where it's like you're training these withered guys.
Okay, yeah.
There's a bunch of like the Nightborn. The Nightborn are like vampires. They're like
Kinda, yeah.
they're like night elf.
Like mana vampires.
Yeah, they're mana vampires, and they need mana constantly, or they get turned into withered. And so you're
technically just drug addicts, basically.
Yeah. But you recruit all these withered, and you go into a dungeon with them like Pikmin style, and they're just all over you in a group, like you're playing as a. It's like when you're playing an undead, like when you're playing like the version of a Death Knight that summons people, basically, and you just have a horde around you. Yeah. And so you're just trying to clear all the enemies while keeping a certain number of withered around you, because how many withered you have determines what tasks you can accomplish, just like in Pikmin, where it's like you'll get a pellet that says like 15 on it because you need 15 Pikmin to carry it back to base and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's like a whole dungeon of that. You just try to fight through the entire dungeon alone while trying to keep all these dudes alive. And then what happens, you find a series of chests that require 10 of them to carry them home and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's kind of like a how far can you get, and it's really tough.
I'm doing it over and over and over again, and I'm acing it because I'm a level 120. That's why I'm just all I'm doing is spamming Fan of Knives as my rogue, so everything just around me just dies. Yeah, this area lets us use mounts. We're outside.
No, I'm saying this guy's like rideable. I'm riding on one of our teammates.
Ride me. But the I'm using
Excuse me, that's my spot.
I'm using it. I'm doing this run over and over again, and the reason is I just want to do this stupid joke with my hunter. I need the fox. It's the only fox mount in the game you can earn without doing PvP or a microtransaction.
Ooh,
so like there's this really well rendered like orange fox mount, but you can only get it from doing the withered mission over and over again, and there's a random chance of a drop that starts a quest that does a quest chain where you eventually get a fox mount.
Did you get it?
No. I have to keep doing it. It's that quest respawns every 3 days as like a daily quest variant, and I just have to keep waiting for it to pop up again and then do it the whole run again on the chance that it might give me that quest chain to give me the fox mount. Then after that, I think I need to go to like a cataclysm place, because I need to kill every single fox in this one region over and over again, because there's a chance they'll drop an orange fox pet.
So you want both the pet and the mount?
I want all orange foxes, because my character is an orange fox.
Oh god.
So I'm playing as a Volpera hunter who is an orange fox, and there's an orange fox mount and an orange fox cosmetic pet, and then there's orange fox like hunter pets, which are easy enough to get. That's the easiest part of the process.
Yep, I think I might have done a boo-boo.
Obviously the hunter pets are very easy to get, but the cosmetic pet and the mount are harder. But by the end of this, it'll be this group of 5 orange foxes that just all ride up on spots and do shit. And I'll be the king of the foxes because I have opposable thumbs. That makes me the leader.
I don't know about that.
It'll be the dumbest fucking visual, and I want it. But it's been deceptive. Like I just had the idea in a vacuum, and I was like, that'll be fun. And then I looked up the logistics of it. I'm like, oh no. I was researching the things I needed, and I'm like, this is a pain. The only upside right now is the fact that the stupid withered mission I keep having to do is a pretty decent way to grind Nightbound rep, and that's one of the races. And I don't have it yet, so it's making progress on 2 things. So that's nice. So I need to unlock the Nightbound and the High Mountain. Those are my 2. I just need to unlock the races that are from Legion. I have all the ones from Battle for Azeroth.
I don't know if I have all the Legion races.
Yeah.
I might though.
So I get out of the water. There you go.
Oh, god damn it.
You fucked it up.
I thought I was not on the water.
You fool.
Thought I was on the beach, but I was... Ooh.
Yeah, every 3 days I need to do that quest again. And it's kind of long, but one of the upsides is that when each time you finish a run, you open up these chests and they give you a bunch of these items you can consume that give you like 100 rep each. So you get like a decent chunk of rep per run. So at least it's a decent haul for my other progress. But it's definitely more work than I want it to be for a joke. But I'm gonna get it, damn it. And then I'm gonna have the orange fox like brigade. The only downside with this plan is that the orange fox doesn't have wings.
Oh, it's not a fly mount?
No, it's just a normal mount, so that'll be a bummer. Oh, is this like oh, that was a don't stand with each other thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it's a don't stand on an island.
Ah, I fucked up and followed you, so everything went wrong. Yay.
It's fine. We both took out the same island, so.
Yeah.
Just you wait.
Get out of the water. Get out of the water. He's going down.
Yeah, I don't know about this.
There we go. We did it.
For you.
Look at all my demons.
Look at all your demons.
Yeah, so those are the goals I'm working on at the moment.
I mean, they're lofty.
It's some silly ass dumb shit. But hey, at least I get to at least it's 2 birds 1 stone with the fact that it's granting Nightbound rep while also hopefully getting the fox mount.
Yeah, I think when I went onto my demon hunter, I was like, oh, I guess I was grinding the Nightborn stuff because I was in the heart of the city, doing something, and I was like, uh-oh, this is not a place to be.
Thankfully, you can just like swap between all your characters and just like find which one has high Nightbound rep and then finish the grind as that character and unlock it across your whole account. You don't have to do it as one character. But at this point I'm pretty sealed in for doing it as one character because my rogue is the one that made progress on all of these different meters. No one else.
Yup, that's the problem.
Thankfully I hit my peak of playing my rogue during the double reputation month.
That is nice.
Because that was the when this double XP event started, they also had a double rep event, and then that ended, but the XP stayed, and so we're still riding that wave. I remember we gave this game a burst of activity because we thought that we were gonna just be playing this game for like a month for bonus XP, and then it stuck around. It's like, well, I guess we'll just finish these characters off. Hit that cap. Fuck it.
Might as well.
Oh, I'm drifting around and it's weirding me out.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm kind of moving and shaking there.
Yeah, excuse me?
I thought his name was Snowflake Hydra, and I was like, what?
The Snowflake Hydra. The naming is really funny in this universe. I often can't tell if it's supposed to be serious or not, because a lot of it's like, a lot of naming of characters is so serious that it's like it goes past serious back into parody.
Yeah,
like the entire.
I don't think there's.
Yeah, it's like the concept of a lot of Warhammer, where it's like so self-serious that that's maybe the joke. It's like so grimdark and so serious and so po-faced, but it's like absurd, and it's taking itself seriously while being completely absurd. There's a lot of Warhammer.
Yeah, Warhammer's definitely like a straight-faced absurdity.
Yeah, I call it out. I say it a lot, so it's kind of a dead horse at this point. But I still can't get over the fact that there's a character named Malfurion Stormrage. Like his name's Bad Anger, Bad Storm, like Storm Bad.
Yeah.
Bad Anger, Storm Bad. Ah. So it's like Bad Anger, Danger Bad. Or no, it's our Storm Rage. I guess it's Anger. Yeah, it's Bad Anger, Danger, Anger is his name basically.
I mean,
it's like that's just a lot. It's just a lot to take in for a character name that you're supposed to take seriously. And he's not even a minor character. He's like one of the most important characters in the entire universe of Warcraft.
Look, naming isn't the most important thing.
Like there's books about him. I read a trilogy of books about him basically. I used to own those books. There was a trilogy about Malfurion Stormrage, Illidan Stormrage, and Tyrande Windrunner, I think her name is. Tyrant, the lady that gets with them. and those characters two of those characters are still around all the time. Illidan turned into a raid boss and died twice, but then maybe came back. I can't tell if he's alive anymore. I'm continually confused by the state of Illidan. That wasn't there for it. I thought
know what we're doing.
I thought we killed him in Burning Crusade, but I think he came back as a boss fight again, and then maybe he was like, then maybe after that he was like redeemed or some shit. Oh god, I've got a poop geyser under me. I don't like it.
It's nasty.
Whenever people explain to me the narrative of Warcraft stuff, I'm always like, nah, that's impossible. You're lying. I don't believe you.
You got water?
Oh, are we supposed to kill the ads right now?
It would be a good idea to definitely take care of the spawns.
Yep. They're shooting poop at me. They're shooting the poop.
Oh, hey, bud. Yeah. Oh, there's another ad. Oh god. Oh
you're
god.
You're getting pooped
Surge.
on. You're getting pooped on a lot.
Go into the little cubbies of water.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I thought it just chases you for a bit, so you just need to get out of. Just keep moving.
Nah, it tells you like submerge in water.
Oh. I just ran for a bit and then it stopped, and there's just like a trail of where I did it. You can just see it over there because I think it stays there for the rest of the fight. There we go.
We did it. Yeah, we'll skin him.
But I was surprised when I fell into the position of being a main tank in Overwatch, because my main association with main tank is World of Warcraft, where it seems like the most stressful job ever. Like, oh, you have to fully understand everything because you're running the show. Like on a regular basis.
This guy also has a rideable mount.
Yeah. On a regular basis, from what I see at least, the main tank is often the raid leader. Because they just know they're the person they're just the person who knows everything and is running the show.
I mean, they're also the one that's yeah, you're like
so
at the front lines.
Yeah, so it's always Marty and Nick, who are like the guild leader and the raid leader and both main tanks basically. It's like, okay, just they know everything. Hope it works out. Like you feel lucky as a DPS. I'm curious about the healing experience during our raid. It I'm definitely like, wow, this seems nuts when I see like our group and it's like 2 tanks, 2 healers, and like the rest of the 15-man group is all DPS people. It's just one category is the vast majority of the group.
Man, if you can, I'm so
shocked. I'm so shocked there's so few healers.
Healing, especially if you do what is it, like a monk. Like a monk is really good at multi-target healing. You can just like keep people alive forever if you know what you're doing. Same with what is it? Not priests. Priests can also do some pretty good multi-level or multi.
I think when I looked at
healing.
the top 2 recommended things were priest and paladin. Like 2 different priest specs and holy paladin were like the top 3 healers right now.
Really?
So I went ahead and used my boost on a paladin.
I haven't made a paladin in a long time.
Yeah. So I'll probably be playing a paladin once we reach end game when we're like doing instances together. I don't know if I don't know how badly I want to gear up a warlock.
Dang it.
But if nothing else, I could potentially gear the warlock in free time when I'm bored. But the paladin, I kind of want some sort of like group to do instances with a bit, because I want to get instance experience on my paladin, because I want to learn how to heal people.
You definitely want to.
There's a whole thing where it's like I just can't practice this on my own. I'm sorry, someone's gonna have to suffer.
Yeah. Healing's a hard class
Some random
to learn.
strangers are gonna have to suffer me learning how to heal, because I have to learn how to do it in an instance, and I can't fill out the squad myself. So there's gonna be some casualties.
What are we gonna do? Oh, grab that.
Lightning, no, stop it.
You were once my favorite Final Fantasy character, said no one ever.
All these instances are constantly like baby's first raid mechanic, where it's always like, there's one mechanic happening right now. Get ready for raids where 12 happen. Like one of the things going on here is just a reminder, hey, don't stand on other players, because there's just a random lightning bolt that happens every now and then on someone, and if you're standing on other people, then everyone has to dodge it. Well, you're a little extra, aren't you, boss? Damn. This is unfortunate because I can only cast by standing still.
Yeah. It's also hard. I'm trying to like keep track of my rotations, but I can't do that while also looking at the.
As a caster, I'm a little offended by this fight. Just fucking making me run around. I'm like, I don't get to play them. I don't have instant casts. I'm not an affliction warlock where they just go like, whatever, where you just stack dots on people. That's all I remember about being a warlock in vanilla, was just stacking all the dots on people, but I don't even have those dots. I mostly just have a series of weird summons.
Easy, GG.
There we go. We're getting there, look at us. The Wrath of Ashara.
Oh no, I picked a mount that I can't ride. Oh no, that was you. Haha, I can ride this guy's mount.
Yeah, I'm the wolf.
I love how I love when I'm on the rocket, it shows me the picture of the rocket and what position I'm in on the rocket.
Yeah.
Oh no, he fucked up. It's like, this is you. You are here.
This is your brain on a rocket.
Oh. Look at all these witches.
Witches. Oh yeah, we have to like clean the circle out, huh?
Yeah.
The Wrath of Ashara. I think Ashara is a boss in the current expansion.
Yeah.
Because you deal with like the death of their
I think he's
kingdom
in
and so
every
on.
expansion.
Ashara is a lady.
Or she's in every expansion.
She's a Naga lady.
I need to talk.
No, that's the Wrath of Ashura right there.
That's not Ashara. That's the Wrath of Ashara. Ashara is a lady. She got the tentacle Cthulhu up in her shit. So you gotta free her from her insanity or whatever the fuck is happening in that expansion. There's a very long cutscene of her being like the queen of Atlantis, basically. And then it like collapses and all this shit goes down. And then like Cthulhu gets her. And that's why all of her people became Nagas or something. Lore!
It's important, said no WoW player.
There's a whole
ever.
region, there's an entire zone in the current expansion that is the ocean floor, covered in like coral and all these beautiful visuals, and it's just surrounded by like vertical walls of like waterfall water.
That's kind of nice.
Like the entire all the boundaries of the zone are just the ocean, because there's just like an area where the ocean opened, and you can now go around in this zone. Poor Gen Greymane is on his pirate ship, and the void just opens up in front of him, and his whole ship falls in, and you get to see a very scared werewolf, just wide-eyed and ears back as the entire ship like tips over, and he's like sliding down the deck towards the abyss, and it's like,
I'm sure he can swim.
It's just a bad surprise. This guy has very little health to start out.
Yeah.
It's the idea that we took out a chunk of his health with each ritualist we just killed or something.
He's not fully
You're an
summoned.
Arcana bomb.
It's that deal of like, this isn't my final form. You didn't let me finish. Oh god.
That was a quick fight.
Yeah.
He died very quickly.
He
What
did.
a loser. Now loot his crystal.
What a loser.
I got a sea witch cinch. Sea witch cinch. Fuck. Sea witch cinch. Say that 12 times fast. It's not an easy name. You see it in chat. If it shows my loot, it's the sea witch cinch. It's so fucking hard to say. It's not easy, man. It's not easy.
It was a cinch sea
huh?
witch. Alright. The Vincent's group. And now to hunting. Aha, let's keep hunting. Look, lady, I need you to leave because
Harpies from the Haglands
Oh god, I'm under attack
Come
again.
on.
their first
Oh god, I'm covered in things. Someone my tank, someone my tank.
don't know how to
I'm in the middle of a mob of enemies. Oh god.
Fight for me.
Fight! Ride me!
God.
Aslan, no!
Ride me!
Can I see? No? Okay. I am very dubious as to why the bar is not showing up for you anymore, lady.
Something just did something get broken by the instance warp?
I don't
your,
know.
Your quest just kind of die.
I think my quest is okay. I think the problem is it just lost the UI mechanic for it.
Hey, level 105. We made it like halfway through the expansion already.
That is true.
Now I'm about to make a bit more progress. 'Cause once this reaches 100%, I'll get like 100,000 experience. That's just the power of the bullshit that is these crossed sword quests on the map. So strong. Boom. There we go. 115,000 experience.
any respect they
Jesus.
had for life. Now they practice
There we go.
That's what happens when you get
Okay.
that
no
done.
matter who it hurts.
And here you go. Done. Okay. And now I'm going to where Keith is. Or am I already right there? No.
You're nearby-ish, but yeah. You didn't meet me here, so I did it without you.
I'm on my way.
You fool.
I know.
Dang. Fool. I don't want to go in the water. Can I just throw a portal? I can throw a portal over there. Whee! I love that. I didn't want to swim, so I just made a portal across the lake. I can do that once every 10 minutes or something. It's not super useful. It's sporadically useful. It's pleasant occasionally.
It's pleasant occasionally.
Yeah, the cooldown is so long. Let's see the hello. What is it? The gateway only has a 10-second cooldown, but I think using the gateway has a 1.5 minute cooldown. That's what it is. So you can only every single player can only use a gateway once every 90 seconds. But I can just fucking spam that shit.
Oh,
I
there's
can make
another
I can make
thing
another gateway
here.
every 10 seconds. I found another
You
sword.
see this one? Yeah.
I need to discover that one still. I gotta get my ass up there though. Those are the real experience rewards.
Yes.
What has the wind brought? Look to the sky.
Meanwhile, I'm about to be level 106, so you better get your ass up.
Holy shit, how did you... I'm only 104. What happened? Doing one of these sword things couldn't have made you that far ahead of me.
No, it's only 115,000 experience, and it's like 500,000 experience per level.
What the heck?
Are you not turning quests in?
I am. Well, I still have a lot of quests to turn in, but...
Yeah, that might be it.
Oh, okay.
Might be goofing it though. Are you goofing it? My time to level's 4 minutes. I've got 857,000 experience per hour.
God dang.
Which is like 2 levels per hour. Is my is what my time panel's telling me.
Yeah, I think my hindrance was I got stuck on a quest that really sucked. So it took a lot of time.
I thought I was behind because I got confused and like lost in that one cave.
Like I said, I have a lot complete. I just need to turn them in. So
Yep, that could be it.
You bloody fool.
now 105.
I never remind myself what my buttons are.
Is there anything else I can do besides kill harpies? I guess not. Okay.
Oh yeah, I see witches of the sky. Cleanse the witchwood. Which wood's
Cleanse
that?
the witches.
But which wood is that? I'm trying to think of how you fell behind. The instances we had didn't even have quests, did they?
No.
Just did the instance and that was it.
Yep.
So you couldn't like have missed anything there.
No, I think it's just because I didn't turn. I have like 3 quests I need to turn in right now.
Crazy.
Yeah. I'm just a big old dummy. I keep getting a quest and I run off to do that quest and I just forget to turn in the other quest. And...
Skies called to me.
Yep. Is this whole zone?
Guy's got a big
good.
old eagle mount. That's impressive.
High mountain stands.
Greetings, traveler.
That was worth a lot of points.
Together, we are High Mountain.
Might as well see if I can reach 106 real quick. But we're getting close to sign-off time.
Yeah.
Kind of already is sign-off time. But I'm in my
It's
last 5% before I hit 106.
Oh, damn.
Yep. So might as well. Ah, stop it.
Hey. I'll catch up. Just you wait.
You're at 85% on Break the Harpy Assault on Skyhorn.
Yeah.
I don't even see that. Yeah, I missed it.
I don't know how you missed it. It's like right here.
I'm
It's
trying
literally
to
right where I
find-
am.
I'm looking for Windmaster Julon. Oh, he's not a good. Oh, he's not good. Oh no. Nope, he's dead. I definitely just took his totem off of his corpse. He dead.
Oh no.
It's a bad time to be Mr. Windmaster Julon.
Julon, no. Done. Done. Alright, now I'm gonna go. Now I need to run all the way down to do the Screeching Crag
Gross.
and free those people.
What a pleasant sounding place, the Screeching Crag. Can't wait to visit.
Right? Yeah, it's a drop.
You
Fuck
killed yourself
me
again.
every time. I feel like there's. I
Oh,
feel
yeah,
like
there's
the
the cross
drop,
swords.
I feel like the drops are a little bit more punishing than they need to be in this game. They're not that high, and it's somehow like instant kills. You know, like what?
Yeah,
wait a
they're
second.
fairly high though. You
This one
you definitely would be dead IRL.
I mean,
I will say that I get a false sense of security because I play as a rogue, and they have reduced fall damage. So I play as other characters, and I just die, and I'm like, oh, shit. Because rogues can just fall further than other classes without having to worry about dying. It's just part of their class. It's just built in. Nice shit.
kind of nice. That
Yep.
is nice.
One
I
thing
want
is that
that.
one useful thing is that in this region you do unlock a a kite or a glider, basically.
Okay.
I don't know how I got it, but somehow my rogue has it. So somewhere in this overall like a continent zone, you unlock a glider of some sort, and so you can activate that to have like a slow fall, where you kind of go out in a direction over time.
I have that for Draenor. I have like a feather, and if you use the feather, it makes you just like fly in the air, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, you have a slow fall that kind of can rescue around here because it's just known that this area is very vertical. It's just this whole zone. It can be a harsh time. A harsh time indeed.
Yeah, wow. Actually, completing that harpy thing was like nothing.
It was like nothing?
The experience just was nothing really.
The Siege of Kraliak?
Yeah.
It says 47,000, so finishing it should be worth like 94,000.
There's only 2 bars.
That seems like not
Or 2
enough.
bubbles. Yeah, it was only 2 bubbles.
10,000 experience, 100,000 experience ish should be about 4 bubbles because it should be about 20% for one event, and that's on top of the quests you're multitasking and stuff. Unless you have weird. Do you have internet? Do you have a mod?
No. Mod for what? My experience?
Your interface.
No, it's the same interface.
Okay, so it's every bubble's 5%.
Yeah.
There's 20. Yeah, so you should have gotten 4 bubbles because 20% would be 4, and that's approximately like 100,000 experience is 20% of my levels, and yours, since you're a couple levels behind, yours are even faster. So it could have even been 25%.
Then I don't know. Weird. Maybe I got them at the same time that I leveled up to 105, so it kind of got shrouded.
Oh yeah, like you didn't see how much progress it made in the previous level. You just saw how much into 105 it made.
Yeah. I will never know.
Yep. Not unless you're recording it and curious enough to look.
Nah.
Which, like, those are both impossible.
Very much so. I'm almost done with this though. 53%.
What's 53%?
This Screeching Crag.
The Screeching Crag?
Now it's at 64.
Oh, the thing I was doing a minute ago before I came up here. Yeah. Yep, that one's worth even more experience.
My pet wasn't dead. Why are you dead?
Apparently they weren't.
Thanks, Moose.
You said they weren't.
Huh?
You said they weren't. Sounds like they just vanished.
Well, nope, it was definitely dead.
They pulled a pet-y little vanishing act. Huh.
Oh no. It's the puns. The one thing my god does not approve.
Puns?
Yes.
In my religion, there is one sin. Pun. Let he who has never punned cast the first stone.
That's... You're not gonna find somebody who hasn't done a pun within a stone's throw. Stone him right now.
Like the lottery. Have you watched that? I showed Shirley Jackson's The Lottery.
No.
Like the infamous, like, you draw the lottery and there's like the black spot. I showed that to Stephanie a few weeks ago because it's just this really old short film that's just on YouTube. It's a Shirley Jackson story, so it's originally was a short story, but there's a full, like, there's a short film based on it that you can just watch on YouTube for free. And it's pretty good shit.
Oh.
It's really good at building dread, and it's just a creepy little thing, and it's a commentary on societal norms and how they can be damaging and whatnot.
I love societal norms.
The creepy little video, and it's very influential and gets referenced by a lot of different media. The episode about Britney Spears, the South Park episode about Britney Spears was just was just entirely like a remake of that, practically. And yeah, I think The Simpsons parodied it too at some point. Yeah, when we're done with this, you should watch Shirley Jackson's The Lottery or queue it up for later or something. It's influential.
I don't believe in influence.
Damn, that's a problem. That means you're being influenced to shit.
Oh no!
And you're just completely blind to it. It's like when people say, like, I don't have any biases. It's like, oh no, he doesn't know his biases. That means they're completely in control of him. The fool. That's the worst answer.
Oh no, that means he's full of them. Shit.
Yeah, he thinks he's above them, which means he's just completely fucking blind to them. How embarrassing.
How biased of him.
Yeah. He's the most biased of them all. They should name him... 'Tobias. 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 '
That's pretty good. That was some that was some pretty good stuff there. God, speaking of like a name I haven't heard in a long time for good reason.
Tobias?
Yeah.
Yeah, the only Tobias I've ever heard of was the guy that got stuck as a red tail hawk in Animorphs.
Yeah, different Tobias, definitely.
This is a weird visual.
Animorphs.
Yeah. He's the one that discovers the rule the hard way that if you stay as an animal for like either 12 or 24 hours or something,
Yeah.
you get stuck as them forever.
Because he enjoys being a hawk and flying away. He doesn't like his like family situation or something.
He got like locked in. He got stuck in they like infiltrated this alien like base in like one of the first storylines.
Yeah.
And he got stuck inside, and the only way to hide was to hide away as a bird. And
Oh,
he
that's
got stuck
what it was,
that way.
yeah.
It was like the ultimate
think the
form of
show
like, if
was
you make
different
that
then.
face, you'll get stuck that way.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. Almost all the kids in Animorph die anyways.
Oh, it goes badly. There's a whole letter from the author that's like, this was always a story about war. I know that some people aren't happy with how it turned out, but that's how reality is, kids. It's like, oh no!
I don't have any bias. Oh no!
I remember when I brought up Animorphs at one point, and it's like, and Marty was like, "Do you know who you're talking to?" It's like in my closet, I have every Animorphs book. And he has
Does he
like,
really?
He has like all 30 or whatever. How many there are? Like there's so fucking many.
Fuck?
Because they're all these like short, like 150-ish page books or something.
Yeah, they're like Goosebumps size books,
but he has all of them. And it's
He
like,
has
oh
all of
my
them?
god.
That's actually
Pardon me.
that's kind of scary.
There's that one cover where
that sounds like a Goosebumps novel itself.
Yeah, the Animorphs collector. there's that one cover that just looks like they're fucking. It's really distracting.
What?
It's so unfortunate. I think it's called like the Andalite Chronicles or something like that, or it's one of the Chronicles books. It shows like a weird spiky lizardy creature and like one of the those things like axe that were like the centaur guys with no mouth and like a weird spike tail. And like they're perfectly positioned where it's like crotch against butt, and it's like it's too specific. It's like that's really distracting. They really should have moved those characters when they made this cover. That was a poor choice on their end. All right, I'm getting out. I'm going to the inn.
It was all intentional.
I'm gonna chillax and log out of the inn.
Fucking
say
moose.
goodnight to my papes.
Oh, come on. Are you kidding me?
If you're trying to catch up, I'm 3 bars into level 106. That depends on you.
I hate this fucking area. This moose just bought me off a fucking cliff.
Oh my god. The high resolution Voidwalker has so much. He's so fucking ripped.
What?
Look at my stream. He's so fucking ripped. Why is he so ripped? He used to just be He used to be just be a blob. But like new him is ripped.
Oh my god, you're right. He is like super
it's like
ripped.
when we
What the
saw the
fuck?
genie in Slay the Spire.
He's got some pretty good pecs going on there.
Yeah, we were just like, this is a lot. His face is so angry. He's just an anger elemental.
I still need to complete Slay the Spire. I have like 2 more characters.
What are you talking about? We beat it on our first try.
We did
perfect
beat it
run.
I don't know how we did that, but yeah.
That was the consensus, yeah. All right, good night, everybody.